Eons ago, during the age of the Magi, the world was something other. Magic is all that there was and all that was needed. Legend states that a cataclysmic event brought a great frozen age to the world of Lacrin, and soon after, a new era dawned. Though they say the ancient magics of the Magi still lie buried and lost, scattered around the world, lying in wait for those with the courage to wield it to discover. Welcome to the world of Lacrin and the continent of Thelmecia. Noble knights, roaming orcs, mischievous goblins, and idyllic wondrous lands, just waiting to be explored. Now, a new peril aspires to plunge Thelmecia into despair once more, but not before a few unheard-of heroes take their chance at triumph. Welcome to Tablestory, Darkfire.
Hi everybody, welcome to the stream. Sorry, I slammed you all. I forgot that the stream was on. Hi, welcome to the stream. It's us, Tablestory's Darkfire cast. The cast were having a nice, relaxing, behind-the-scenes conversation, and I went, "Oh, we're starting," and then it began. So I'm going to give them the option to carry on.
I don't know what we were talking about.
PB was just asking me about my voice.
How do you feel? You feeling okay, John?
You got sick. That's right.
No, I didn't get sick. Okay, I don't want to add
You were
that to my
sick for like
sick
24 hours.
Yeah, I always get sick. Okay, but I didn't get sick this time. It's just like, I did one Twitch sings karaoke like a week and a half ago, and I was drunk and I was screaming my heart out, and then I got some throat virus, and it just won't go away. Like my throat still sucks.
I hate those throat viri.
Virus, dude.
Viri.
Fucking me up. But I'm okay. How are you guys?
Doing great, man.
Excellent.
I feel like Brad described it really well yesterday after Final Fantasy VII Remake dropped. I feel like the really great sex when you walk out of the room all wobbly.
That made me laugh too.
And now you're just exhausted.
I'm still feeling like that, honestly. It's still, like weird.
My life has changed and I can't do anything about it. I'm like, oh. Like,
okay, was it that good though?
It really was. If you're a Final Fantasy VII fan, it really was.
It was 100% that good. It was.
So I was talking with Zagaticus about this last night. You got to understand, so many of us are like really big Final Fantasy VII fans, and me, PB, Zagaticus, and Peachy were just like shooting shit last night. And Brad was almost tempted to join us even after he had like a super jam-packed full day because we were bullshitting about Final Fantasy VII. That's how nerdy we are about it. And Zagaticus and I were talking, and I think aside from Zelda, I think Final Fantasy VII was my first real RPG. I was really trying to think about like what other ones I had played before that, and I think that was my first one.
I know it was mine.
Aside from Zelda.
Outside of, played like Dragon Quest on Nintendo, but I didn't know what the fuck I was doing when I was 7 years old playing Dragon Quest on Nintendo. Like I didn't know what I was doing. I was fighting blobs and crying about it.
Golden Axe was my first RPG.
Golden Axe.
That doesn't really count.
Okay.
I also played Golden Axe, but that's not the same as the super heavy like JRPG stories of Final Fantasy and Dragon Age.
Drop like 50 to 100 hours or something into a game.
Yeah.
Rotated is talking shit about how much he doesn't like the fact that they're remaking it. Is that what he's talking about right now? Is that what he's on about?
We don't talk about Brad here. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
He doesn't really matter anyway, so it's fine.
Wait, aren't they remaking, or they're like Seven's a new game, right? Or what are they doing? They're remastering 8?
They're completely remaking from the ground up 7, which was one of the biggest ones that they ever did.
Right.
And so it was like it was all like polygonal kind of.
Doesn't that scare you though? Like, because you love
not anymore because of last night.
But what we saw last night dismissed those fears. At
least
like
think of something from your childhood, John, that's like your favorite thing. Like even if it's a movie, like like how they made
Captain Planet.
Captain Planet. You know, do you have anything like a TV show or a kid show or something when you were
that
young,
you
like your
hold in
game?
like reverence? Like,
I mean,
that shit shaped who you
religious
To
are.
this
levels
day,
of-
not as much, but like Power Rangers was my shit growing up. Like you did not mess with me.
So
Power Rangers.
hold that love you had for Power Rangers when you were younger, bring it forward, and imagine that they remade it to the point where it looks like it's as good and recaptures so perfectly all of the magic that you felt
Right.
and enjoyed
Yeah.
from the original Power.
Well, I mean, this is how I got this excited. Probably not as excited, but like Gears of War 5. Like I'm a Gears of War 1 fanatic.
I can
love
tell
that.
just by the lack of enthusiasm from your usually very enthused voice. You don't understand how religious I became last night.
I told you I'm sick, but
Like I went from being an atheist yesterday to last night. Now I'm like, oh, there is a God. Like I don't know which one it is yet, but there is one. There is.
I love that excitement, man.
That's how much I know. I know now.
Good.
Yeah, no, it looks so legit. It was amazing. And
Looks really good.
we were all coming down from it like some weird like high. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh my
That makes
god,
me-
guys,
Made me
all
tear
that
up.
cocaine.
It made me tear up. It
Yeah.
legit made me tear up. As
I
soon
almost
as the
cried.
music
Wow.
started going, I was just like, oh my God.
It's the weirdest thing just because they're just doing it so well. It freaks
So
me out.
when's it out?
The
When's it
company
coming
is
out?
Like,
No,
oh, we're gonna do it well.
March 3rd.
Oh God, 2020.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much
Yeah.
everything from E3 was 2020.
I had this joke running through my head. I had this joke running through my head last night. Like, people watched that video and they were so like amped up that they went and had sex, and then the baby is going to come out on the day of the release
Oh.
of Final Fantasy
Holy
VII
shit.
remake.
Everyone's gonna name
Legit.
their child
The
like
chosen
Barrett.
one.
Legit.
This is our newborn son. His name is Sephiroth.
I got PB so good.
That's legit.
Oh dear. It's broken him. His cast reflect. The spell hit him too. Look, it broke him. Oh
This is the
god.
only time I've ever seen Whack enjoy the intro. This is awesome.
He started off as well. He couldn't wait. He was like,
He's so excited. This makes me so happy.
I just want to see the summons and
Yeah,
material.
there's a
That's what I
lot.
want.
There's still a lot to show, but they really did kind of like. I did not expect them to show as much as they did, and also for it to be so legit looking. You know,
Yeah.
it's
You know what else I'm
really
excited
weird.
We're all
by the
kind
way?
of expecting it to be,
Subpar.
shit on. Because
I just thought it was going to be okay, and I was going to be making excuses. As to
I think
why
it's
love
because
it
there's a big
forever.
difference
Yeah.
between people that like Final Fantasy and a big difference between people that like a bunch of other games they're going to complain about. Final Fantasy community, I feel like, is a lot different than a lot of those communities.
In what way?
In the sense that, like, I don't feel like a lot of the people that play Final Fantasy games are dirtbag complainers that are going to complain about every single game that gets remade. Like, I'm excited about the Final Fantasy VIII remaster. Like,
I screamed. I was poor Whack. I was on a voice call with everybody, and
Thank you,
I
Go
heard.
XLR for
Yeah,
the
thank
compressor.
you, Go XLR, for fixing that. But basically, yeah, I heard the song start, and I just started screaming because I love 8 so much. We can't talk about it.
It was so weird because I was streaming the thing, and at the beginning I was speaking with Noodle in the chat about how they can't remake it because they lost all the original files and stuff, and that's why
Yes.
they've never ported it onto anything. And we were kind of joking about how that's why they won't remake that, but maybe they'll make 6. And there was a point in the actual conference thing when I was like, maybe they started with 7 so they can end on like Final Fantasy 6, right? And my brain was like say 8, but then I was like, no, I'll do a callback to the beginning of the stream when we said 6. And it was at that moment that it went, Fithos. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, they're actually going to redo it? But also, this is how they kind of announced the Final Fantasy VII remake as well. They put that remaster out on PlayStation 4, and everyone shit themselves. Oh god, what's happening to her?
She's watching Final Fantasy VIII stuff.
No, I'm not watching anything. I'm just the fact that he said this is how they started with 7,
Yeah.
and I've not allowed myself to finish that thought for
Right?
an
No, this is
entire
what they
day.
did, 'cause
I know it is.
They
but let's
released
not
that
talk about
trailer
it.
for the remaster, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, they're remaking it!" And then they're like, "Oh, it's a remaster on PlayStation 4, okay." And then
And
like,
then they came out later being
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we're also gonna."
but also
remake
here
it.
is
So,
legit remake. So
You know,
They've given us hope, and also now Square Enix are the only company in about probably 5 years that have delivered on hope. they are the rebels.
I can't. I would probably. I would die. I would have an actual heart attack.
They remade 8.
Yeah. Yeah.
The way that they're doing 7.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
He just has a really amazing
If
story.
7 does really, 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 really freaking
But I
well,
think
then they
7
might actually fucking
But
do
see,
it.
that's what I was thinking this morning. I thought, okay, well, this
Brad and I were just talking about it right before the show. Was
is
like
how they started 7, but
if
there's a whole generation now.
if they just like crush 7, if they crush it and like make it like
It becomes the biggest game.
better
of all
than
time.
the original, if they
Yeah.
make it better the original, right?
Yeah.
Then whoever was in that marketing meeting in Square is like the genius, and now they realize, oh
They
my
just see
god,
that
we
graph
just
go,
have this
whoop.
wealth of content
Yeah.
that we can just remake and make it
They can reboot
good.
the whole franchise
And
and
just-
re-inject.
They're gonna make so much money off of 7.
Yeah.
Because
I
mean,
might
you
buy
have
like
everybody
5
that's- you have
copies.
Everybody that's nostalgic about it. It's the first game I thought about buying, like that first whatever the hell it's called.
Oh, I tried to
because-
buy it twice today, but I couldn't log into my freaking Square Enix account.
Remix thing.
They don't have it on Amazon yet,
No.
unfortunately, for
I don't-
Canada. They have it on US and UK, but not in Canada.
You can get it from the actual site. There's that thing with the what's it, Tiger? The big freaking cloud on a bike model.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff,
The
collector's
first class edition.
First class thing.
I really want the first class edition. Because how much is that first class edition?
300.
340 something. Yeah.
Pretty
They're
expensive,
gonna
right?
make so much money.
They're gonna make so much money, but
Wait,
like
what's the one with the watch? What's the one with the Sephiroth watch? Which one's that? What edition?
There isn't an edition with the Sephiroth watch, but the watch itself is 2,900 and something. Yeah.
2,500.
I thought it was like a Sephiroth watch or some shit.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It was black and a silver one.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that.
I was watching someone stream talking about it last night.
John's like sat there like, wait, we're talking about gold? Yeah, I've got the limited edition. I've got the only single golden Sephiroth watch in the world. I don't know what it means or anything. I like kind of ate my dinner off of it.
It
earlier
looked
on,
nice.
by the way.
It looked nice.
Yeah, I mean we've sat on Final Fantasy 7, but I wanted to say that
Sorry.
the thing that I was thinking about, because me and Wack were talking just then about the meeting that they had, and I feel like somebody in that meeting went, listen, if we cash in on the nostalgia market and the new gamer market, we're going to make the biggest game like of all time. And if they pull that off, they can literally just go, yep, here's 6, here's 8, here's 9, here's 10, whatever. Just years, the next 30 years is just all the classic best Final Fantasy games. So please buy it for me.
I love
Buy
it.
for
I
me.
think I will play it because you guys are so into it. I
think new people who have never played it or don't give a fuck would still be able to play this. It looks legit.
It looks
I just
like
watched the trailer
looks,
secretly, and
it
it
looks
looked
like a good game. It just
I
looks-
love the combat. I love that style. I really do. Taking turns and you figure out like strategy. I love that.
It looks legit, and I think we could sit and talk about it for the next 3 hours.
because we did that last night.
But I don't think we should. I don't think we should. Tiger's here. You almost didn't make it. You look like you live somewhere else. You look like you live in my school right now. You got the whiteboard in the background. That almost looks like one of those things that you get in science class. What are they called? Where you put the little tray underneath with the cells on it to look at.
They are whiteboards.
Yeah, but that thing next underneath it. What is that called?
There's algorithms on there for how to break into your house and then take your shoes.
You don't need an
surprised there's
algorithm. We
no like dick drawing on there.
just open
There's
my
only
front
5
door.
dick
probably.
drawings on there. Actually, I had to
Microscope.
erase a couple
That's what
things
it's
on.
called. It looks like a microscope on the left. Oh, wait, maybe you can't see it on the stream. Hang on.
Oh, it does.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's actually for my camera, for the camera that I should be using. That
I
isn't
have
this
to-
one. That isn't making me
I have to
feel
move
like
them
I
over.
hate everything that looks like me
Yeah,
right
see
now.
that, chat? I had to move you over in the frame. On the left of the frame. I thought that was a microscope. That's why I thought you were in science class.
I am.
What are you doing
I
in
am.
science class?
We're dissecting BradWOTO.
Please don't.
No, I'm really annoyed actually because I really wanted to get the other camera going, but I don't have don't have that shit. That's the only thing I didn't get finished last night.
It
Everything else
doesn't matter. You're here.
I mean, you're here.
Yes,
You're here. That's all that matters.
We've had Wank was on a phone for like
not anymore.
episode 2 or something. Like, he did it. He made it. Well, he's gone again. He's been sent back to space. There he is.
That was quick.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
That's a cool middle finger whole pose.
What?
You do it like the cool kids.
Because I
like
don't do this
front
shit
pepper.
with my long. Look how long my finger
Yeah,
looks.
dude. Fucking give it like the fuck you, dude.
You gotta
Oh,
like.
dude.
I
Fuck
did
you,
from
dude.
Washington. Here's a F you from Washington.
This is way better than this because this looks like you're like. Look how long my finger looks when I do that.
Your finger looks really long.
like that's why I don't flip people off. I just be like, "What the fuck are you gonna do? Stab me with that thing?" And I'd be like, "No, don't worry about it." Like,
Watch
Actually,
out,
yeah,
T1000. He's gonna stab you in the shoulder, Sarah Connor.
That's crazy. Your poor female counterparts.
That's for him.
I don't think. I think you're thinking of the exact opposite of what you should be thinking, John.
Yeah, you're thinking Tiger's
Trying to
poor,
slide over this. I
poor
was trying to make it quick.
exhausted colon. All right, let's carry on.
You gotta be able to reach that spot. If you can't reach that spot, that's why I strip my fingers every day. You gotta make sure you can get right in that area.
You want to play D&D?
Monkey TOS, guys. Come
You
on.
want to play D&D?
What you guys doing? Trying to get us banned?
I heard someone else make the joke, so I was like, damn it, now I have to go somewhere further. I have to find that line and cross it now, John.
There's no way not
Damn
to
it.
cross.
All right. So,
Oh, hey!
no?
No, not you. Something else.
Okay.
He lives
I'm
with
scared
ghosts
now. I feel like I was getting
Just
told
yelling
off.
at the wall.
He lives with actual ghosts.
I thought I was being told off because I was at school and the teacher was screaming at me in science class again.
In the dark, dude. Look at it. He's like,
My science
Listen,
teacher.
it's because this fucking camera is a cock. Okay, it's a piece of shit.
Did they throw chalkboard erasers at you?
At my school, they definitely did. I was the worst.
Grab my cheeks or my chin.
Imagine
and
trying to
shit.
teach me.
I remember
Okay. I'm really reserved and quiet and calm and normal now. That's the worst. Imagine trying to teach me as a teenager. So, D&D. Let's play D&D. D&D's more fun than almost everything else.
20 minutes on the dot.
yep, it's perfect intro.
One
Perfect.
more hour from now, and it'll be fantastic.
Well, we'll see about that.
What?
Shit.
This is really hard. So the entire campaign is fully finished in terms of prep by me. I have the entire rest of it ready to go, and you just have to do it. And
That's
it's
actually scary.
Yeah.
super scary because
It makes me want to do something weird, like
it's
run
balls,
away from
it's
the
balls
place
to
we're
the
supposed
wall.
to go.
Yeah, well, you can do that too. There's always an option, and I would never take such agency away from you. But it does bring about the bad ending immediately.
Yeah.
There's some sections that I think might be quite hard. But then I
Imagine that.
thought the orc was quite hard. And then you sort of did that relatively well. Again,
Dude,
like
you
I
gave
said,
us
I
an
didn't.
army to fight with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that did help.
We barely made it out of that
That
situation.
did help, and I didn't balance that at all. I just
I
put
think the
stuff
rolls
on
were
the
pretty
map.
good. I think that's what it comes down to. Our
The
rolls
rolls were actually
are
great
against
too.
him. I think if they would have been fucked up, I think one of us would have died.
Well, because of that, I made
These
the
rolls were not good.
because of that I made the rest of the game harder. That's
She-
why.
No, don't say that, Brad.
So because of how well you dealt with that, like there have been a couple of encounters so far where I was like, oh, you just as soon as you like kicked the crap out of Death Singer, I was like, oh, you just amped up the orc, and then you won against the orc with relative ease, kinda. You
That
were,
was
I think another round would have really started to wear on you. I think you were running out of spells and you were gonna start taking some damage, but I was like, oh, okay, I'll amp up from what was like already hard mode to like annihilation mode for the end. I'm kidding. It's not that bad.
Annihilation mode, great.
It's not
I
annihilation
mean, if we're
mode.
being honest, nothing really matters right now, anyways, because we're all out of spells. So
Yeah, you need to. You got some things to do. You do still have one person with you. You got Stubby. Remember?
Great.
You took him instead of his bow.
Oh, killer.
The Orc Killer. Just a quick recap for last week, though. You guys pretty much you landed here on the edge of this this mountain where the Gate of Fire is concealed within, and the thing exploded from the top. There was all of this like purple flame and lava pouring out like a volcano, and then you engaged in some combat with a shit ton of orcs that were all over the place, being led by this ginormous white half giant half orc.
Half giant, half orc, half human.
Known as Gothgold, the White Colossal. You along with the Rose Guard troops that were present, fought back most of these orcs. For the most part, they've retreated. You killed this giant orc. You took the ring off of him. 19 was beguiled by it and kind of partially scared of it and put it on. It made 19 super intelligent. That's essentially what the ring does. It has some other properties to it.
I mean, I'm smart.
But it knocks the main thing it does is knock your int up to 20. So 19 started to do that meme thing where all the calculations happen around his head at all times. The group of Rose Guardian troops kind of moved off one way, and you looked up this mountain towards the area that you know you need to head towards. The same entrance that you came out of at the beginning of the campaign lays just a little ways up the mountain ahead of you, and we are jumping straight back into the same place where we left off. You guys probably all look pretty exhausted, and you're all in sort of Rose Guardian armor and stuff. Some of you are naked. Who's naked and who's in what? Who's wearing what
naked
right now?
I'd like to be naked.
You're fully naked. You can wear clothes, by the way, for it to count as non-armored and stuff. All right.
I have. If it's still on, PB put a fire on me, like on my crotch area.
Right. Yeah. She did.
Don't look weird about it. You're the one who casted it on me.
I did?
Yeah, I thought
I don't remember this.
I want to be honest. It just sounds like an STI.
No, you did, didn't you?
I don't remember
Did you
that.
wrap
But
me
I
in
believe
fire?
I wrapped myself in fire, but
What?
No,
Didn't someone wrap me in fire?
I did it to PB.
Man, all right, I'm butt naked.
Yeah, your dick's still flopping around. It's all good though. We're adults.
well, we were all not wearing clothes. We were all naked, as far as I knew.
Wearing clothes. I have armor on.
Your armor.
Shorts.
Okay. And your shorts. That's right.
So,
If they're halfling shorts, are they horts?
Horse.
I like the way you're thinking right now, Whack. Sudden silence.
I
after
got
that compliment,
clothes.
Whack.
all right. So you have
Not
clothes.
armor, but yeah, I did. I took it off of a dead.
Feel good about yourself, Whack, but no.
I have like a brief
Hero
on.
has-
Okay, I got briefs or something.
You got
like
some briefs.
A rag.
Iro has some light armor on that he got from a Rose Guardian.
flop it
Like,
around.
And each of you have either kind of found some weapons or relying on your innate abilities. Again, like around you, this place is just chaos. There's the volcanic activity of this non-volcano has kind of died down and stopped to a degree, but the area is still pretty wild. There is rocks and debris falling down. There's a lot of ash and smoke and fire and stuff like that kind of coming down and filling the air above you. There's this flava which is running down the mountain. For the most part, the actual heat and the fire doesn't affect any of you guys. You're all immune to fire damage. However, the bodies and stuff that are around you are charred and burning in several places. There are lots of dead bodies of orcs and humans and Rose Guardian troops alike.
How's it smell?
It smells awful. It smells like
I
thick
can't smell as
smoke.
19, but I want everybody else to know.
Yeah, it's thick smoke and also just like meat. There's a few corpses. There's a couple of corpses of friends. There's the giant, great big corpse of the Gothgold, the White Colossal, and there's probably corpses up above you. The battle was going on all around you. You saw the orcs retreat to a degree, and also in a way the Rose Guardian troops have retreated somewhat away from you, up the mountain to try and find the others. There is one singular Rose Guardian left behind, and just a little ways behind you, the blue Valkyrie archer remains with her husband, just cradling and crying. So the sounds of her sobs behind you as you begin to head up this mountain. The vegetation and stuff on this mountain is either on fire or burned away entirely, and it actually allows you to see a little clearer up the mountain. You guys have already done your perception checks for this, and you've kind of mapped a general route up the mountain, so you know your destination. It's just a matter now of you getting there, and also maybe trying to find some way of resting. I don't know what your plan was for that exactly, whether it was to get up there and rest, or
There wasn't.
rest here just on the side of the mountain. There's still the looming threat of many orcs around, but as it stands right now, the way is relatively clear for you to just kind of make your straight shot, but also you run the risk of, whatever is up there beyond and in the mountain itself. So now is a good time to regroup and prepare and plan, and then maybe begin to move up the mountain. When you want to do that, let me know. What do you want to do now? Or what are you guys doing right now on the side of this mountain while you wait?
I think we actually started moving up the mountain.
We
I
were
think
running.
you did as well, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
the
why I
plan
said that.
was to get to the top before we rested.
We were going to get closer to see, make a judgment call based on what was before us, basically, where we'd be able to take a rest.
Yeah. I think the side of the mountain doesn't seem like you're going to get much of a great rest. I think you could probably pull off a short rest of an hour.
I do have a certain spell that
You do.
enables us to
You do
take
have that.
rest in a safe way.
Yeah. And you guys, but you did some intelligence-based checks to try and work out how long you have before these guys inside finish their ritual and potentially
And I
open
asked a
this gate
friend.
up.
I
Yeah.
did phone a friend.
Open this gate up and
And the friend fucked off.
and see how long you have, and you pretty much were unable to determine it. A bunch of failed checks, essentially. You don't know. So,
And what happened at the end of last episode?
he
I
spoke
summoned
to
fire loot.
he spoke to Archimedes, the owl.
Yeah, and then he just flew away.
Yeah. Well, the way the owl works is that he needs to pass his animal handling check to actually get a straight answer. The owl, Archimedes, it spoke only to Iridir and said the time has come, and then flew away. As the owl flew away, there was a streak of white light in the distance. Iro noticed as he flew away from Iro. So yeah, somebody put in the Discord the meme again, which was it was the Dust Veil meme as far as I'm concerned, but it also really was appropriate for this, the Sailor Moon thing, where the guy says, "My work here is done," and she says,
Tuxedo mask.
yeah, Tuxedo Mask says, "My work here is done." Sailor Moon says, "Well, you didn't do anything," and then it's just a frame of him turning around and leaving. Yeah, I mean that's what happened there. So, yeah, I mean it sucks, but you don't know how long you have. You don't know whether you can get into the tiny hut and have 8 hours of rest and be very super prepared to head into this this dungeon, into this gate, and finish off this job, or whether you've just got to push through in this weakened state. So I'm not going to give you the answer. So you just got to work it out between you now, I think.
What if I ask nicely?
I've given you as much information as I can.
What if I buy you the Final Fantasy 7? Yeah.
I'll give you 1 inspiration point.
I already got it.
$330 for one inspiration. Worth.
It's a long ways
We're
up.
running up, right?
I think you guys are heading upwards. Yeah, I won't make you
Heading.
do any
Yeah.
crazy stuff. There will be a couple of skill checks to actually do the next section, just FYI. But you like for scene setting, you are moving upwards, and it's more like bouldering at the moment. There isn't any arduous travel, but you're moving up a very steep incline. You're heading up a mountain. This is a legit mountain. At the moment, it's just kind of a rumbling mess, and it's not necessarily an easy trek. You're not looking at like a nice little morning hike. It's pretty rough, and it's going to take you a little ways to get up there. You've probably got maybe half an hour to an hour max of travel up the mountain yet to do as well.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my
An hour and a half?
I'd say an hour maximum without really screwing up some checks here. Just based on like what you're looking at, it's kind of hard to make out how long it takes to climb mountains. I've climbed a lot of mountains, PB. Thank you. Actually, bouldering is not hard compared to real mountain climbing. Bouldering is where you just climb over the mountain, climb up it with no stuff on. You've got some hard bouldering to do. There you go.
Well, it's a long ways up.
I don't think we have much time left.
We're no good right now either.
I'm pretty badly hurt, to be honest.
But you wanna stop now? You wanna rest here?
No, I don't know if we have time to rest.
We wanted to.
Well, then let's push forward.
When we look at the path ahead of us, I guess what I'd ask is, does it look like the eruption, like, is there eruptions, are they done from this
Yeah.
from the site?
Yeah. The like when you first
So
arrived.
those the like rivulets of lava that are coming down, they're sort of thinning.
It's thinning out. Yeah, it's stabilizing. Everything around you is stabilizing. When you first landed, stuff was like launching at you, rocks and fire and stuff. Now all of that has stopped, but it's like it's not just turned off. But it's not quite as like immediately wild as it was when you first arrived. There's still like a river of lava running down beside you in that slow lava-like way. And this lava stuff is a little more loose than actual lava. We nicknamed it Flava because I had no other real name for it, but it really is liquid fire. It's more like napalm-y looking, kind of like liquid fire as opposed to a slow-moving, thick, slow lava sluggish thing that exists.
And Brad, what are we seeing any more orcs or any other battles going on or any other fights in the distance anywhere us looking up the mountain? Is there anything around as far as people? Or...
Your path is clear, and I think you saw a lot of the orcs move south to your left, kind of, as you're heading up this mountain. And you saw a lot of them
north. Were they going up the mountain?
They just were going. I think you only saw a few of them leave, so you just saw them head south. And there is still a lot of rocks and vegetation and flame and stuff that they're having to avoid. So I don't think you know exactly where they went, but they didn't look like we're going up or down, just kind of along.
Okay.
And the same for the Rose Guardian troops, kind of like they've divided. And the troops that you were fighting with, and they seem to have, they mentioned that they knew where the others would be, or predicted where they would be. And they headed towards up a little further and northwards in essentially the direction that the White Orc came from. But in terms of what you see in front of you, I don't think you see anything at this point. I think your way is relatively clear. You don't see or hear any fighting. The last of the fighting was really intense when you guys finished, and then it kind of died down all around for now.
I'm gonna try to boulder up the wall, I guess, or up.
Yeah, you guys are just heading up the mountain then?
Yeah, I mean,
I would say that we should not go up yet.
Do you want to wait here?
It's not that I want to wait, but I look at Drift. We're no good. I'm no good. I've got nothing. I'm almost out of everything I have. If we go
How
up there
long
now
do you
and something
need?
happens, if we run into something,
how long would you need,
rest?
19?
well, I'd need an entire night of rest, actually. But no, wait, no, I don't. I'm playing 19 again. Just about 4 hours. I forgot I'm not playing Oldest anymore.
My only concern is if we
4
wait
hours.
4 hours, it could all end then. It can end in 1 hour.
You're right.
It could end now.
It could end right now. So I feel like we need to get up there and at least assess the situation, and then we can make a decision.
What if we get up there, though, and we run into something more powerful than that orc?
You run into chaos. Yes.
There's things waiting for us up there. You have to know that.
4 hours is a...
You're telling me. I don't disagree.
I say we take a vote. This is a difficult decision. 19, you think we should rest?
Only because I feel like we have to.
I don't think we have time. I think
think
our
we have
bodies
time
need
either.
to be
We
there.
have time either.
I know, but I think it's better that we're there with our 10%, 20% than not at all.
We might be
Better
able to
than
find a
nothing, and
place
we
to
can take
rest
it
up there.
slow. Right? We can take it slow, and if we see anything, we can
I
figure
don't
it
think
out.
we're in a position where things are just going to not happen, if that makes sense. That's what I'm worried about. Is we get up there and something's waiting for us already.
That's exactly the point. We're at a stage where nothing's just not going to happen, and we're not going to be there to stop it.
If we get up there, would we be able to stop it right now if we could, though?
We could try.
There's a difference between trying and being smart, though.
But if we're too smart, then it could all end while we're just sitting here waiting.
Not wrong.
And
what
I
if
don't
we
like
go
that
up there?
possibility at all. I'd rather put myself in a position where I can make something happen.
Yes, but what if we get up there and we're all weak enough to the point where we can't do anything and we get wiped out in one shot? Then it's all for nothing. I'm just saying,
They're all valid points.
we're in a lose-lose situation either way, I feel like, right now. If we wait, we risk it, well, we all know. If we go, we risk all of our lives, and I don't mind that, really. But
What
we're
life?
more prepared.
I think we should at least try to get inside the mountain, and then we can worry about resting then.
You don't think it'll be dangerous if we decide to get into the mountain and rest, though? What about that creature?
Well,
Remember?
Eero has learned a new magic, and it's been very helpful. It kept us safe in the snow. Eero, could it keep us safe from the fire?
Yes.
What about that creature?
What creature?
You don't remember?
Time has been strange for me. I don't remember what specifically you're referencing.
Chased us out of the cliff up there, out of the mountainside.
Oh, you think it's still there
Well,
after all this?
hopefully it's not more powerful.
I think we have other concerns.
There's a voice that speaks up from behind you.
Fuck.
Just huffing and
guy.
puffing.
Keeping him out of the loop.
Takes a swig of his drink and says, yous lot are gonna what? Have a little sleepy now? Yous all looking fine except for him. Points at you, Eero. He looks a little banged up.
Well, yes. We were
Aye.
considering our best course of action. We have certain abilities, and we want to make sure that they are at their fullest before we confront something a little bit beyond us.
Right, yous just want to be slipping here on the side of this here blowing up mountain.
We're
Not
trying to
sleeping,
decide.
but we were talking about resting.
Rest.
We don't.
I don't see a dwarf in your party. Right, well, I won't be resting. Tell me where he is. You're saying he's inside there, is it? I'll head
Yes.
on. I'll get
go
up
with
there.
you.
And what
At
am I
the top.
looking for? What, you said there's a creature at the top. What type of creature? What's
A
it look
demon.
like? A what? A
A
demon?
demon.
Don't be stupid now. Come on, what is it?
A demon.
A demon.
That's what this is it? A demon? Done all this,
Yes.
destroyed threat, killed my brother.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, we need a priest then, don't we? Fuck. That one's dead.
Don't worry, we've got that.
We do.
Show him.
I'm gonna cast.
Meant your holy symbol.
I'm actually just gonna cast a cantrip of resistance. To stop Boots. I'm gonna touch him.
Yeah.
Oh, just hold still for a second.
What are you doing? Nice.
So when I do it, kind of like a whole little glowing of like gold orb kind of goes over his whole body.
Yeah, I like that. What you done to me then? You're a priest.
Yes, you only have that for a minute though.
One of your kind.
What do you mean, one of my kind?
You normally use lot just flying around on them little wee dragons. You know.
I wish.
Hey, why can't you go get one of them? Wouldn't that be useful now? We could just. Why didn't you just fly on them coming in?
Why don't I just fly in on you? You got some wings?
They weren't exactly readily available to us.
Alright. Well, yous are all in the army, no?
No.
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 No?
No.
No.
You are. He looks at you here most prominently because you're in the uniform.
I appropriated some armor because I was rather unprepared.
Right. Say no more. Yeah, you can sell that. Yeah, that'll get a nice price. Alright, I understand. Take it right through.
Arrow to.
Yeah, no.
All right.
There's a lot of riots
Look.
happening too. Alright, okay. So demon killing, is it? Okay, no problem. Yep, I can do that. Not kill the demon. Usually just hunting, but I can kill a demon, I think. Yeah, that'll go nice.
Excellent.
That'll go nice down the tavern. They'll like
All right.
that one.
I do think we have to move up.
I reluctantly agree, as believe me, I'm rather spent myself, but I think that we need to move.
Well, he starts walking.
So what's this demon look like then? What am I looking out for?
Tall, dark hair.
Hands.
Usually wearing a mask.
It's all dark hell. Wearing a mask. Alright,
Yeah.
hold on.
He's an
Roll
elf.
the dice for little wee stubby. Wearing a mask, is it?
Yeah.
Wait, is that one of them company masks, lads?
Yes.
Alright, that's what them masks is it? They're not really people. They're demons. That makes sense, you know. Why they turned on everyone all of a sudden, out of nowhere.
If you can avoid it, don't get close to this one.
Oh, I don't tend to get too close no more. He lifts up his arm. He's got all these like animal kind of looking marks, like scratches and bites and scarring like that. Hey, don't get close no more. That's why I got good with the bow.
Yes, it definitely didn't seem like complete luck.
Aye. Right. Well, okay. So, you lot do a lot of travelling, do you? Or what? Why ain't you got no clothes, lad?
We're walking while we do this, right, Brad?
Yeah, you guys are heading up.
Great.
Yeah.
You're on the move.
Just I personally feel like I can move quicker without clothes.
Right, yeah, you do move quick. Did you just... can you climb without, you know, like a spider? Can you climb like a spider up a wall? Because that's what it looked like to me.
I am
As we're moving, by the way, I'm going to be playing my fire lute to sort of get everybody, I guess, in a sort of readied set. But what I am doing in actuality is I'm sort of preparing the beginnings of a counter charm.
Okay, yeah, your crazy high-level bard thing that you can do that I have no idea what it does, but fine.
It's just I'm sort of marinating the counter charm.
Well,
so
if
that
your
when I
lute
have to
is
use
made
it again.
entirely of fire, you can only play like hardcore metal. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're marinating with Metallica.
dude.
Like,
I wish you had metal, Brad.
yeah.
I wish.
It's just in the background. You're on a volcano and he's got a lute
there
of
is
fire
some,
playing a metal tune walking up it behind you.
There is some stuff in the
Melodramatic.
There is some stuff in Kevin McLeod's library that Goobers has tentatively titled butt metal.
Let's go.
Give me a name.
Put it
I'll
on,
find
dude.
I don't remember it, man.
If you find it, I'll put it on.
I'll try and find it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
The mountain around you is relatively quiet. You don't see anybody as you guys start to move upwards. Stubby continues to drink through another bottle of whatever he's drinking, some sort of dark liquor. And you
You
guys
got any of that to share?
no, you know what? We're probably gonna die. And he just pulls out 2 bottles. Well, that one. Let's see. Yeah, no, I think that one's good.
I don't care what it is.
He just hands you an entire bottle of whiskey.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I'm going to have some. And I will.
You now have a
Maybe.
bottle of whiskey. You can add it to your inventory.
Wonderful.
Don't
I
know if
also
you'll use
kind
it,
of gesture to Drift or to Eero to see if they want any.
19 reaches his hand out.
Yeah. I look at you puzzled a little bit, and then I just, okay, and then I hand it to you. Can you even taste that?
We'll find out. Takes a very small sip of it. He can't taste anything or anything, so it doesn't really matter, but
There it is.
Let's go.
And you guys start moving up the mountain. Everyone give me survival checks.
That's 11 for Rin.
11.
11,
17.
17,
That is a something.
20,
20. Drift.
see how bad we can do.
and
26.
26 from 19.
20.
Yeah, you guys start moving up this like volcanic mountainscape. It's pretty difficult, and I think you guys are probably a little bit tired, probably from just this fight and whatever has happened. You've somewhat kind of been reincarnated to a degree, so there is a great deal of energy that has been expended in that. You landed and immediately were thrust into this combat, and you're definitely tired in that, like, I've just done a massive workout way. I wouldn't say, I think you feel rested, like you don't need sleep necessarily, but I definitely think you've got that set of tired legs kicking in. There's a lot of rocks and slate and fire and debris to avoid. Although some of it is flaming and the fire wouldn't hurt you, the rocks and falling would still hurt you, and you start to climb. And in places you genuinely have to like put your hands up on a higher plateau and actually bring yourselves up. Drift putting
Drift
an arm
doesn't, he
down,
just spider
helping
climbs.
someone.
Just
He can
figured
spider climb up, but he can
Yeah.
help people climb up. And you genuinely start truly bouldering up the mountain here.
It's not arduous at all.
It is not arduous
So easy to boulder up a mountain.
for any of you. Even Stubby does fine. Of everyone, Rin looks like she's having the worst time, but she
I'm helping
still
Rin.
just
Good
about
advice, Brad.
just about makes it up. Hey, you had to beat it by a 10 and you got an 11. Would have been terrible if you rolled a 1. I'll give you that
Yeah.
one. Everyone, give me dexterity saving throws though.
Here come the boulders.
12.
Well, no, I know because watch this.
21.
10.
5.
Oh, jeez.
And that's everyone. So a 12, a 10, a 21, and a 5. All right. So there is a crack from somewhere up above you as you're climbing upwards, and a bunch of rocks suddenly start tumbling down towards you. Small at
Guys!
first, that gives you a good idea of what's happening. Drift shouting. Most of you jump out of the way before 19. You look up, and a relatively large rock. Luckily, a 5 isn't that bad. Roll me 1d4 plus 4.
Really? Slash roll 1d4 plus 4. 7.
Pretty rough roll for the roll. A rock just hits. Probably hits you square on the head for a 7. That was almost max damage from this rock. The most of you sort of jump out of the way, avoid it, or hide underneath some of these kind of alcoves and plateaus as you carry on moving and pushing up this mountain, climbing and climbing. And then finally, everyone give me an athletics check just for your general state as you make it towards the top of the
15.
The mountain.
For it.
11.
22.
15, 19, 22, 11. And
Stouty.
Stout Boots
I'm pissed I get hit by a rock.
rolled
So
You
much
are the
damage.
biggest of us.
Like, I imagine it having been a pebble compared to his size, and he was just like, oh, what the fuck?
yeah, you this is the just general kind of try not to become exhausted by the top of the mountain check, because it is hard to climb upwards, and I think you rolled relatively well, so I think it probably only takes you about half an hour, 30 minutes to climb upwards over this rubble, avoiding the falling debris, bouldering upwards over this really difficult terrain, endlessly hefting yourself up to the next plateau after plateau after plateau. And then ahead of you, there is
Another white oak.
the white orc. Did I tell you
We're
that
gonna
if
go
you...
double down. Double and nothing.
I don't know if I told you or not that if you didn't outright kill him, he was going to chase you up the mountain.
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Because it was
That's amazing.
whole thing. No, you make it to the top here, and you see an opening that looks very similar to the opening that you came out of in the first place. Right at the back at the beginning of this campaign, there is the opening in front of you, the cave entrance. And previously when you stepped out on this, it was sunrise, I think, and you looked out over the landscape and you could see the smoke in the
So this is the same place.
Yeah.
the same place. It's the same entrance.
So funny.
Full
or-
circle.
Well,
Yeah.
same exit.
Really fucking cool.
Full circle.
To the natural cave system that existed before you found that sort of secret door into the Gate of Fire where you made out. It stands before you. It's about 30 feet ahead of you in this plateau. Maybe about 2/3 of the way up the entirety of this mountain. Like if you're on this image, maybe you're like here, I guess. But you know that this thing leads into this this mountainside, and Hasmul referenced it going down and down and down and down and down. So yeah, it's before you. You've made it up here. Nobody failed any checks apart from 19's one in
What's
there.
that?
So a lot easier going down.
Wow. We're back.
It's pretty different. I guess we're pretty different too.
I think we're all very different. I say as I'm strumming my fire lute.
I must say, Ira, that's an amazing riff.
What's a riff?
Well, where I'm
Well,
from,
you see, when you're playing.
where I'm from, we would always call what you were doing when they go faster and heavier. We'd call it a riff.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
I mean, not really. It's just a word we made up for an action.
Well, that's what whole words are, aren't they?
So all words are interesting.
I'd say.
I suppose depending on your perspective, but I meant that all words are made up.
Perception check, Brad.
True. So I could just make up a word right now. You want to make up a word together?
All right.
For what? What are we describing?
For us. For the four of us. We've been through so much together.
There's already a word.
What would that word be?
Family.
As I say that, I'm looking around at the area we're in. I'm looking for like potential rest spots and all that kind of. You know?
This plateau is imagine
Just kind of
halfway
chilling.
up the mountain to that mountain in Lord of the Rings, the Mordor mountain. It's probably not a great place to rest up here. necessarily. It's a lot windier. You're in a lot of smoke and ash around you. It's pretty rough. You're a lot closer to the opening, which looks like an egg which has been cracked open, and it's a lot closer up here. So there's a lot more kind of danger of debris. So if you sit down here, you're more likely to get hit by bigger rocks that haven't hit the rock or come down the mountain and split.
Anything looks suspicious?
Not really. You're on a plateau, a kind of large ledge on the edge of this mountain that leads towards this natural opening. The cave in front of you, although you don't like it and it is not nice, would be a lot safer technically, just in terms of your general surroundings, to rest in for long periods of time. Where you are right now is not a great place to be standing for very long, and also most of you need to breathe. You've got some.
What's breathing?
Yeah, you don't, but the everyone else pretty much needs to breathe, and it's pretty rough in here. And I imagine you guys are strolling towards the opening as you discuss your word.
Well, there is already a name for us.
Oh,
You can only say it if you sing it. Never heard you sing.
I didn't know there was a word for us.
wait, we have a name?
Of course there is. A family.
Yeah. I like that.
I like that too.
So, do we continue? Doesn't look like we should rest here.
I'm just a little out of breath. I just need a few moments.
Maybe you should all get something and wrap it around your breathing holes for now. It's probably only going to get worse the higher we go.
Yeah. I'll look for. I'll be right. I'm gonna look right here for something.
Well,
Breathing holes.
I think that maybe you should not. What do you just rocks and flava? And
I know. I was hoping there'd be some sort of scrap or. I mean, I'm okay.
I will rip this cloth that I'm wearing around and give it to you to just at least cover your mouth with. I've got somebody's cloak that I'm wearing, like a
I'll
terrible
take that.
person. Yeah.
I'm just gonna probably rip.
Before you rip it, Brad, you can tell me if you allow me to do this. But 19's gonna snatch the rip piece out of Drift's hand, and he's going to see now.
What are you doing?
He's gonna just auction it off.
Casting some sort of spell.
No, I read mending wrong. I was gonna see if I could like mend it and do a bigger piece, but you'd have to like mend it back into what she tore off, so it doesn't work about it. Just,
He just fixes what she just tore off for me. For no reason.
well, at first I thought that like maybe there was a way like I could make it into something more. So just and then I hand it back to you. Never mind.
We should be fine. This will work.
19, I know you don't need one, but do you want one?
He takes his cloak, he pulls it over and goes, "I'll be fine." He's still got that big ass hooded cloak.
So we're going in?
I don't know if we have any other choice.
Stout Boots or Stout Boots' brother?
I am. Well, we're both Stout Boots. You can call me Stubby if you want.
Stubby, are you ready?
I don't know what we're waiting for.
We're waiting for you to say you're ready.
Oh, I'm ready. You want me to go first?
No.
No.
Aye.
I got this.
All right.
And I just God.
Be careful.
Are you not coming in with me?
Oh, I am, but just be careful.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I will. And yeah, I walk in. I'll start the charge.
Everyone heads in. Drift. Drift is heading back in.
Swear to God, if there's chess,
I was about to say the exact
I'm
same
grown up,
thing.
baby.
I can offer you something worse. You walk into
that's
this.
okay.
You walk into this horrible cave that you came out of a little while ago, and the very first thing that you see is yourself.
The drift doll.
It's there. It's
No, it's
sat against the wall, the back wall, as you enter this cave, and there's some natural light coming in on a purple hue that washes out over the entrance of the cave. And sat
Is it when I was
torn.
smaller too?
It's torn up. It's got these like various kind of stab holes in it from where that creature had kind of punctured it and torn some of the straw from the inside out and the fleece that made it up. But it's sat kind of bent and twisted against the wall. And it's a very poor, remember, kind of rendition of you. It's this horrible, freakish version of you that's life-sized when you were younger, smaller looking. And it's sitting there kind of bent and twisted against the wall. It's propped up. There's an old kind of femur bone or something that someone has jammed through its shoulder and into a crack in the wall that is leaving it kind of propped up at a weird angle, sitting
What
there
the
looking at you as you enter the cave once again.
Drift. It's
Can I roll a perception check while this is going on to see if that creature looks like? Well, can't fucking see it. Never mind. Fucking creature, piece of shit.
Do you guys think he's still here?
I would still like to roll a perception check.
You may all roll perception checks if you like.
This is the same exit we left
Exact same one.
yeah.
Yeah.
we were running from that thing.
Exact same thing, yeah. You're in the exact
Okay.
same cave. You came up from the left
7.
channel of this, I believe, the last time.
24.
24, 7, 11, and...
I'll do one
Drift,
too.
you wanna roll? Yeah.
17.
17. I'll roll for Stubby, because he's in there. I mean, he walks in behind you like, what the fuck is that? Is that a tiefling?
That's me, Stubby.
drift.
Right.
I-
It's not you.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Like, that is
Oh, but that was
Drift. We never asked
that's horrific.
before, but why did you even have that?
that was the thing that kept me alive.
This was the one that came out of the box with you. The one that you kept you alive was just in your things.
Well, it's like a mirror image, pretty much of
This
it, right?
was created when he was trapped in that box, and then
Yeah.
you opened it up
Yeah.
and he was in there with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was created because it was somewhat trying to replicate you and that doll, because that
So
doll
weird.
was your patron, and it took all of the things that make up Drift and created a copy, and that was that. So it's a weird, twisted amalgamation of you, the energy of your patron, and the little doll that you had with you previously. Stubby is kind of looking it over, but he's also looking at the fact that this cave is covered in bones and like gore and horror, and most of it is old, and not all of them are human or anything. A lot of them look like animal bones and animal parts and skulls. Creatures that you might find on a mountain. A lot of these look like rams and goats and sheep heads and bones and things like that. But you can see a couple of human skulls and things here. There's also a couple of splashes, and I think really only 19 and Drift see this. You can see some fresher blood, relatively newly fresh looking blood, like as if it was spilled perhaps today, maybe yesterday-ish. Certainly fresh looking, but not much. And in drips in and around this entranceway, pretty much under your feet, not around the doll.
Do
Stubby
we
also
see
sees
anything around the doll? Any note? Any kind of
No, this is all you see on, like, without touching or interacting with the doll itself. And in general, the doll looks kind of like just this is all that's here. The other things that you may hear or notice is nothing. You can hear the outside pretty well. You can see as far as you can probably see with your tokens. I think they're all correct, so you should only be able to see your correct night vision or dark vision allowance.
Yes.
There's nothing here, and you do look above you and look around. One of you, at one point, a little while ago, knew information. I think it was Rin on the creature that lived in this cave, that presumably eats all these goats and things. It was a creature known as the Long Stick. It had that big long tail filament thing that came out and stabbed and punctured, and it was hunting you while you were in here, and it could spider climb all around. And most notably, it sits at the openings of caves and waits for things to come in and grabs them as they come in, punctures them and eats them. You don't see it, and you also don't hear it. That being said, you also didn't see or hear it last time. It's a very stealthy, horrible creature, but it really, really doesn't look like it's right here in front of you. You seem to be alone right now.
Maybe this is where we should think about taking a rest.
Kept you alive? What do you mean?
Not this actual thing, but
I know, but you have a smaller one too. I remember I tried to get it for you.
When I was a kid, I held on to that when everyone was being slaughtered around me, and I begged it to save me. And I was stabbed, and I thought I was gonna die.
I thought I was going to die.
What?
And I begged, pleaded,
I answered.
said I needed you. I need something. I don't want to die. I'm not ready to die. I'm too young. My family, my mom got her head beaten in.
Oh.
My dad was trying to protect her, and 3 guys in masks pinned him and had him watch them kill my mom. And right when I was about to die, I said, please, save me!
Save me.
And out of nowhere, I got this strength and this power and was able to get away.
I think for the first time, I look frightened by Drift.
Drift, give me a Constitution saving throw. 12. You feel really weak for a moment, like a wave of almost weakness, nausea, kind of the strength is sapped from you for a second. I think you kind of like maybe have to take a breath and kind of stable yourself physically, kind of not fall over before you feel some strength push back into you from somewhere as you. Yeah, I think that's all you feel. Just a wave of weakness pass over you for a moment there, as you think about all these things. But as the strength returns to you, you hear the voice in your mind, the voice of the first, this vampiric creature that gave you this power, gave you this strength, and now partially cohabits your body. And he says, nothing stops. Everything before would stop around you when you would interact with this figure, but now nothing does. You can hear it in real time as the others are looking.
Do they
over
hear
you.
it or just me?
Just you. You
Okay.
hear him say,
But now you have the strength for vengeance.
Drift, are you all right?
So sorry that happened to you, Drift.
It's okay. Really. It's okay. It happened and Now things are better.
This whole time, 19's just been looking around the room,
Yeah.
not really paying attention.
You appear to be good. Like for this immediate area, the opening, it does split. The cavern does split ahead of you in two different directions. Off to the left, and I think that's the direction you came. If I zoom out on my own personal map on the left, I think I can check. Yeah, it was the left that you came down. And you know that the entrance to the Gate of Fire is to the, if you're looking at this map, the northwest. You didn't explore the other side of this cave at all. I don't think you really need to, but you didn't, so you don't know what's over there. You do know that you guys ran out of this cave, I think.
Yeah, we
memory
did.
serves. You just ran and you ran and you ran and you ran, and you distracted it with an unseen servant and the drift doll. Distracted the creature and ran out. So you guys came from this left-hand alcove, and you know that in general, following that around will lead you to the entrance that you need to get back into the Gate of Fire. In here looks relatively undisturbed from the destruction on the outside. There's no lava or anything flowing through it. It seems to be relatively cool as well. Just to give you an update in case you're wondering, if it's all going to cave in or if it already has. It seems to be relatively undisturbed here.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
It was a terrible time. But now we're going to make it right.
19 turns to Drift, looks right at him, looks really into him for a second. I was gone for a while. I'm not really quite sure how long. But I know I wasn't gone long enough for you to have aged as much as you have. What happened when I was gone?
I have
To you specifically.
me.
I happen. Me.
All right. That doesn't tell me anything.
What do you need to know?
Why are you older now? How did that happen?
I'd like to know that too.
Why do you all catch on fire now?
I'm assuming it's because of Hashmar.
I died.
I didn't.
I thought I did as well.
I thought I did as well.
You did.
But I
Anyways,
woke up and came down like this.
same way we did. Came back with fire.
I heard Hasmul say it was our job now to protect the gate. I don't know if something happened to him. I imagine it did.
I think we were all given some sort of special power, new energy to help us with this final fight, right? So that's what happened to me.
But I don't look older.
You look stronger as well. Which is good, because we're going to need strong. Now, before we continue to waste more time, we're going to rest here and move on.
I don't know if here is safe. There was that creature that we encountered in this place.
Didn't
What about your new magics?
I can do it, yes. If you'd like, I can cast the spell here, but
Still think we need information.
we're still under, well, the possibility that we might be too late if we wait.
What creature?
There is a
It's a long stick.
Oh,
I
fucking
don't know
long
what
stick.
that is, but it's very large and
Hey,
it
That's
likes
a
to-
long stick. Hey, you brought me into a cave with a fucking long stick. Oh, fuck.
Oh, I'm
no,
sorry.
That's a
calm
long
down. This is-
You're
talking
willing
about
to
the
hunt a demon down, but a long stick is gonna make you shake in your boots.
Yeah, you seen a long stick? It's disgusting.
Yeah,
all its
we
legs
fought-
and its little thing. Ugh, it's disgusting.
Oh, Stubby.
Abby, come on.
Oh, Harry.
Let's just keep moving.
Listen, I'm not saying
Move
I'm
slow.
not gonna kill it. I'll kill it, okay, but I don't like it. That's all I'm saying.
Neither do we.
Yeah. Right,
I
well,
take
you
us
could have
another
told me that. I was
swig
looking
of
at
the
these
whiskey.
bones on the ground thinking, what's done all this? I'm looking around thinking, what's killed all these goats? Is that a human skull? It was a bloody long stick.
Oh, now you know. Are you happy?
No, but aye, because now I know what to look up.
Dwarf, you need some protection, dude.
Aye, yeah, you go first, big lad.
Yeah, I'm sure of that. Big, strong dwarf scared of a creature. First I've ever seen of that. I thought you were tough.
All right.
Tougher than your brother?
No, my brother was a little weakling, little bastard.
Not what he told us.
Yeah, no, he's good gift of a gab.
Yeah, and you're a gift of a liar if you think you're gonna walk in here and be scared of a long stick. What's your problem?
I don't know why
dwarf?
you're not scared of a long stick. Listen, if I was made out of fucking metal as well, I'd be less scared, okay? Some of us
Well, let me tell you what we're about to walk into is
don't
much
have
more
that
scary than a
privilege
long
to be
stick.
made out of fucking hundreds of shields.
All right, keep it down.
all
Keep
right.
it down.
Look,
We need to move.
perhaps we can rest for a short time and then we'll move on.
19 starts walking.
What about the room just on the other side of this? We rested somewhere in here.
Oh, right.
Remember?
Remember now.
Yeah. That's probably a better option. At least we'll be
Here to the
inside.
left, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I walk by, but I don't take my eyes off that creepy ass doll.
yeah, I'm actually gonna go by the doll and just inspect it a little closer.
It's like pinned in with a bone.
If that's okay, Brad.
Yeah. Give me an investigation check.
Great.
Stubby's
Not touching
gonna.
it. Not touching
Stubby,
it.
as much as he doesn't want to, sticks with 19. I don't think you need
Love.
to roll a persuasion check. So wherever you are, 19, Stubby will be next to you, but pretending not to
Awesome.
be holding on to your arm, terrified.
I got a 16.
So yeah, you look this thing over, and it doesn't look like it's got anything crazy going on. It looks like the exact same thing that you left behind. It looks a little more torn up than when you last kind of saw it. It was kind of hard to make out. You just threw it, and it was carried around by the unseen servant before the long stick took it and got it and was screeching at it, and stabbing at it. And you kind of like kneel down and look at it. You don't see anything else on the doll at all, apart from the bone which has been shoved into the wall. On a 16, I think you can make out that like someone would have done this. The long stick didn't set this up. Like someone would have done this. A
Right.
person probably did this, and it wasn't like they found it in here and put it here for you for some reason.
Right.
But there isn't anything on it like a note. It doesn't hold. It's not got like a hidden potion behind it or anything. As you do look at it though, the face turns up towards you.
What are you?
What are you?
You're here with me?
I'm always here with you.
What am I doing?
Is he saying this out loud?
He is. I stayed back to kind of watch, but I don't know if I can hear what he's saying. I imagine he's saying it
Up to you.
quietly.
Whether you're saying it out loud.
I'll roll for that. I don't know.
Oh, I forgot you can talk to it without
Yeah,
saying it
I'm
out
saying
loud.
it out loud, but it's super quiet.
Okay.
Super quiet, but it's also pretty quiet in here. There's the sound, the general sound of the rumbling.
I think think of like a
debris
mumble.
outside.
Think of like
Yeah.
if I'm saying like, "Hey, how are you?" It's like
he's like leaning in and looking
Yeah.
at it. Though.
Okay.
The doll, like none of its mouth moves or anything. You hear this voice in its head. Rin, for the record, its face doesn't move up.
Okay,
but for
okay.
Drift it does. The figure.
But I just see him like lean in and talk to it. What is Drift's expression, I guess, when
I
he's
reckon,
doing this?
on the face,
yeah.
Well, I just mean for
Exactly what
people listening.
kind of just wide-eyed.
Yeah, wide-eyed,
little zoned out.
confused.
Okay.
The doll responds to you as you say, what do you say, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Vengeance. Always vengeance. This is it. This will put an end to all of your pain. Soon you will be free of it.
And what about my family?
They are gone.
This family.
These people look, sound, and act like your family, but soon they will be gone as well. They are the new guardians of this place, and you are not. You are different from them. They will leave you behind, and once again you will be alone but for me.
But I love them.
And I believe they love you. I love you too, Drift.
And why I have to leave?
Because at the end of this, everything will be over. This fight with them, the fight with your company of masks, and my fight to return to this realm.
Is he talking to that? I look at Stout Boots. Is he talking to that doll?
I don't care if he's talking to the doll, frankly. I'm looking around for a fucking horrible scorpion spider long stick.
Drift,
What the fuck?
are you coming?
Yeah. I just thought it looked different than when we saw it last time. Let's go. And I just move away from the doll.
Soon there will be
Go with-
peace. Peace, Drift. Endless peace.
As you walk away from the doll, it looks as if it's following you as you move away from it, if you keep an eye on it at all. For everyone else, it doesn't at all. And 19, give me another perception check. You're at the head here. Just to...
Can I also do a survival check as well? The reason I want to do a survival check is because this might actually not be the rule. I'm just haven't had to ask this in a long time. I kind of want to check for like trap type things.
Yeah. Give me a survival check.
What is your perception? 14, and the survival is a 25.
25. Okay. I'll just remember. I'll hold that. For as you move through the cave. It doesn't really look like there's any much change here. There's definitely some disturbance to the things on the ground. The ground looks like it's been disturbed relatively recently. Several sets of feet have moved through it, but they haven't really left anything behind, possibly apart from the drift doll situation. But it doesn't look like they've really done anything. There's no secret tripwires, and to set any traps in this natural cave would be relatively obvious unless they were magical or invisible in some way, and you don't get the sense that that is the case in this immediate cavern that you're heading down. But you can tell that there are that people have been through here recently, and not you guys from I think 2 weeks ago ish. If we
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
2 weeks. It's all it's been, but it's I mean,
so
Has to have been longer than that.
I'm trying to think, but I don't think it has.
I mean, there was time. We messed with time too.
There was, but just for the record, it's irrelevant. Time was relative completely. So you were there as long as that you were there. The amount of
was
time
the
passed there
day,
as well. It
yeah.
was about 8 days, I think. You spent a few days in Rosegard, and you spent a few days traveling to Rosegard, and really that's about it. You're looking at about 2 weeks. We can probably work it out. I did at one point keep track of it, and then I lost it, and I was like, well, Discord, no. I'll just ask them. Discord know more about what's going on than I do at this point. They're amazing. They're like
Yeah,
little
they
Inquisitors. I want to name them the
Been
Inquisitors.
incredible. I want to have them on our last episode
Yeah.
ever where we just talk to them.
Yeah, if they're not there for it, we don't need to do it. The little Inquisitors.
That's a good idea.
The
Could
little
do like a round
inquisitors.
table or something.
Be
Well,
really
they've
cool.
been writing me questions, and just before we go to a break here, it would be a good time if you do want to leave me questions for the round table we do at the end. You can just @me on the Discord channel with a question for something that you want answered, or the others. You can @me for questions for them if you want as well, because I'm compiling a list for a post-campaign round table thing. So feel free to send me questions for things I can't answer now, like, oh my god, I can't believe the long stick transformed into a kaiju at the end and ate them immediately after you got back from the break. Let's go to a little break. We'll do it here. As 19, you continue to move forward. You don't see or hear anything on your perception check of 14 as you continue to move forward. Stubby is also doing perception checks next to you. You can see that he's hypervigilantly looking around. He's also got a couple of extra little things going on because he is basically a ranger. These two start moving forwards. Drift, you move away from the doll. It kind of follows you. Rin, you maybe give him an odd look, and then the group begin to move now back into this natural cavern that leads to the Gate of Fire. Let's go to a quick break. Any announcements?
Yes. Are you putting this on me?
I
The
think so.
podcast? Yeah. Okay.
I think now
we-
is the time.
Now is the time. All right, y'all. We've got a podcast version of Darkfire that's up, and we need your help. We need you to go rate and review and whatnot the show on Apple and iTunes and all that.
Let's
So I'm having-
go.
Please, please, please. We need you so much. We need your help.
Let's
There we
go.
There it
There's
is, right there.
there's
What's
links
the
in the
link where you
chat.
wanna
There
search
should
it?
be links on the Twitch VOD as well. I think I can do that.
It's on
And
Spotify.
there will be links in the YouTube
My God, yes.
description as
It's
well
on-
if you're watching this on the VOD. So
Yeah.
head on over
So,
to
and
Like, woohoo!
it's like audio treated / remastered and starting from episode 1. So
Yeah.
That is so sick.
Yeah.
it's a
Go
proper
and enjoy it.
it's a proper set of podcast versions of the show to the maximum level of audio quality that we can craft from a Twitch stream, and it sounds pretty mwah. So yeah, go, even if you've seen it and heard it or don't care, please go and rate the series for us as well, because it helps us out just in general.
helps us so much.
So do that on
You
the
have no
break.
idea.
Click on the link, head over there, give us 5 stars, or the long stick will get you. All right, we'll see you in a
Or
few
Drift
minutes.
Doll.
Or the Drift Doll.
Oh, that's
Drift
worse.
Doll is coming to get
Wow.
you. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Zero Blue Orion with Tiger Writer. As he eats the protein bar from our Monday show, Zero Blue Orion. It's animates in the future, and if you don't know what that meme means, then you can only find out by watching Zero Blue Orion on our VODs or on Mondays. See you then. But for now, we're doing some Darkfires. 19
What do you want?
and Stubby begin to lead the way through this cavern, and you can move yourselves a little bit forward if you want. Don't go wild, but you can move your tokens along the cavern here a little bit as you start to move through. Who has dark vision and who doesn't? Just everyone but 19 still, isn't it?
That's correct. Yes.
Correct.
Do you want to do anything about that, Tiger? Because it's dark in here. There's a decent amount of light that spills in the entranceway, but you're starting to move into an area that becomes pitch black.
Brad,
Yes.
can I roll an intelligence check to see if I'm smart enough to remember this place piece by piece because I'm so smart now?
Oh,
Remember? Because when I'm
that is the best lawyer thing you've ever asked for. That's pretty good.
You
Yeah,
actually you got him. I could see it on Brad's face right away.
Yeah, no, it was great. Give me, and you can have it with advantage as well because A, it's only been 2 weeks, and B, that was great.
intelligence check, right?
Yeah, you can give me an int check. You can give me a history check. I guess that's an intelligence-based check if you want.
Let's look here real quick.
I don't know what one you might be proficient in it, but this isn't really what history's for. But we don't get to use the other rolls that much, so I'm like, sure, roll animal handling to find the protein bar on the ground.
Look at this. 7.
You got an advantage, so roll again.
Oh yeah.
Look at you, John.
You know, I think we're all stepping it up. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. It's got a +5.
If I get a 9, does this make it work?
If you get a 9, you can add them all together for the answer.
All right, okay.
Because you've rolled a 7 and an 8 and a
What the
24.
hell? Where was that?
No, I'll take the 8.
Yeah, I'm fucking lost. Right?
Here's why you get an 8, I think, is because you were blind during this entire thing before.
Yep.
And it was just a horrendous mess for you where you were just grabbing onto someone. It was either Eero or Drift or someone, and they were just running you through this place. So even though you're like hyper intelligent and you remember it very clearly, you generally only understand that the direction is northwest of where you are on the battle map here, heading through these caverns. And it's a relatively wide kind of cavern here as well. It's a pretty big open cavernway. It's not like you guys are crushed in and pushing along the walls or anything. It's pretty wide open. It's about 15 feet across. It's naturally made, so it shifts and changes. But it's just a 15 foot across, maybe 20 feet high in certain places, naturally formed cavern system that generally opens up in areas further in. Other than that, it's just rock. Like, it's just this natural cavern system punctuated with open areas of just brown.
Does Stubby have dark
grey
vision?
rock. Yes, he does. He's a dwarf.
Fucking idiot.
Do you have light? Did you take light this time or not?
Not right now.
Wow.
19. Would you like light cast upon you? I can do it, but I'm afraid you'll become some sort of a beacon.
Ah, well, fuck it. Why not? We're already in here, aren't we?
Well, how long does it last?
Already in
Plenty
here,
of
aren't
time.
we?
Well, but I mean, I
Echoes
don't want to.
down the cave as he shouts back.
Oh, great.
I'll cast light upon 19's.
I feel like
19's.
I feel like we're
his
taking
vision.
19 shouting as he's just talking.
Still,
Quiet as
you're
fuck.
all echoing. You're all echoing.
whispering
Even
was
Eero
like-
is. Oh yes, I want to cast light. Down the thing.
He shakes his head yes, and by that he says yes.
All right, I'll cast light on 19's
Okay, but
shield or his weapon, whichever he's brandishing.
My shield.
All right, well, I'll cast light then.
if we keep going, will he still have it?
Yes.
But do we want that? We don't want him to be a beacon for
I
forever.
also want him to see.
Oh, but I flame on. I just immediately light myself on fire.
Yeah, the whole cavern lights up.
What's happening?
I'm basically a torch. Now he can see.
Stubby turns around and says, "They're blind. The Longstarks, they're blind,
Yeah.
but they can hear
So
us."
then we're fine. Turn that off. You'll burn someone. Not us, but Stubby maybe.
Guys, hot.
My apologies.
Does it actually hurt people?
No, I think you can pick to have it hurt people.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Right? Yeah, because it's like a fire, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, I gave
Yeah,
you
but
the words somewhere. I can
Yeah.
give you it again if you want.
Okay.
If I can find it.
I still have my loot. It's on fire as well.
Well, I don't see you using it as a torch.
19 just stubbed his toe. I did that.
Does he even have toes?
No, but it hurts.
Does he just have like boot-shaped
God
feet?
damn it.
Greed. I don't know.
It's not fair.
I
Middle
don't know
toe.
where the thing is, but I'm pretty sure that you can choose a certain amount of creatures within a certain range to be burned by it when you're flamed
Okay.
on.
Yeah.
I'm like
That
90%
is
sure
not
I
a-
gave you all this stuff somewhere, so I don't know if it's on your sheet or not, but apparently I don't have it because I don't know.
Okay.
But you cast light on 19, Era?
Yeah.
Regardless of the flame on and stuff.
Yes.
Okay, 19, you can see ahead of you. You don't recognize
I guess I
anything
could
around.
just flame on, huh?
You could flame on as well, but you don't recognize anything necessarily ahead of you, but you do know that the general direction you need
Still
to
a
go
bit of trauma there, I
is
think.
like over here in general. And I'm gonna still treat Stubby as within 5 feet of 19 for just if I leave his token behind because I'm distracted by other things.
Me and my beauty.
You and your beauty, of course.
Let's
Why
just
are you
keep
distracted, Brad?
Moving.
I'm always distracted. Final Fantasy VII dropped last night, okay?
I thought maybe there was something in this cave with us. That's
No,
all.
I'm just this entire time I've been watching the trailer on repeat on this screen. What do you think I'm looking at? Still going.
While you're talking.
Yeah.
No, I'm distracted because there's a very strange sound that comes at you from down the hallway. Give me perception checks, everyone. with
God damn it,
advantage.
dude.
9.
9.
Advantage. You can have advantage. Everyone gets advantage.
Except for me.
I just got kicked out.
Yeah, you
11.
can choose not to. That's fine.
No, I mean I have permanent disadvantage because that thing that fucked me up in that underwater
20.
cave.
Yep.
Got a 7, then re-rolled for a 20 because we get it down.
I'll re-roll.
7.
In a second.
Wow.
This is my
Wow.
You,
you got
you
it.
don't get disadvantage. You just cancel out the advantage.
All audio perception checks are at permanent disadvantage.
But you already had advantage, so it's cancelled out.
Normal.
That's normal.
Oh,
So you
okay.
get a 9.
So it's a 9.
So it's
Thank
a
God.
9.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. I'm sorry. It, roll 20.
11, 17 from Stubby, 20 from Drift.
And a why? What the hell happened? Roll 20.
You should
12.
be able to
12.
pick when it does it. I don't know. Fine, we'll take the 12. That's enough. It's enough. You all hear this thing. You hear something come from further down the caverns here, like a sort of noise
Which way? What direction?
from the direction that you're headed. Stubby immediately. Ah, fuck. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
He knocks an arrow.
Are we running past it to where we've been before?
I don't think we should run, no.
I think we should kill it. So that way we can rest somewhere.
I also think that it probably already knows we're here.
What did you say, 19?
It probably already knows we're here.
Of course it does.
God damn it.
Quiet.
Brad, how high is this wall?
15 feet.
I'm gonna climb it.
Yep.
I'm gonna climb to the ceiling.
What are you doing?
Just trust me.
Climbs up. He's on the
enough.
ceiling.
Could you?
He's on the ceiling, and roll me Actually, no. I will roll. A roll. You hear a voice, young Drift, that says,
It is no match for your new power. You could kill it with your eyes closed.
You can climb walls, but you can't climb a rope.
I was stuck on that, Bill.
Stop killing Tiger
I
people.
almost literally inhaled that Advil. And I also forgot to float my water bottle, so.
Do I see anything, Brad, up here?
you do not.
Jesus Christ. God damn it.
Looks all clear up here. Nothing here yet.
Let's just move forward, I guess.
I'm fine. I got a little stronger. And I'm gonna follow them. I'm gonna be on the top
Alright.
ceiling.
Is
Just
everyone
looking
moving forward quietly, stealthily, or are you just moving
Yes.
forward now?
Quietly.
Quietly.
Stealthily.
Everyone
I'll
give
go
me
quiet.
stealth checks if you're moving stealthily.
13.
15.
Stubby gets a 11.
15 for Drift.
Let's see what fat foot
15.
we can roll for a stealth check.
And
All
then
right.
everyone give me perception checks. So you guys start creeping forward. Stubby's kind of looking upwards, looking everywhere. Everyone's looking around. You are being hunted.
I got an 11.
6.
21 for perception.
20.
You, I think you guys move along this next area, and I'll move you up a little bit to into here, and you start to see this. Drift, you're still on the ceiling. You start to see this opening, and
Oh,
as you move into this kind of
this looks
opening,
different.
you see a it's not really a stalagmite or anything, but it's just a portion that's, what are these things called here? They're a stalagmite and a stalactite hit
Tight.
each other and become a single kind of pole of wall. I'm good at
Well
words.
said.
I'm trying to watch the Final Fantasy trailer. There's a pillar. That's what it's called. A pillar in front of you, and sitting, perched, clasped around the pillar, looking at you. My God, I need to stop punching my thing. Ahead of you, just out of view, but you can kind of make out the word "long stick" over here. On this pillar, you see this horrible creature, this animal that has this kind of scorpion-like body with this strange filament that sticks out of its back, and then this spider-like mandible, multi-eyed crab head looking around this pillar, and it is intently looking at you as you approach the area. But it
All
is
of us or one of us?
Rin, Iro. Oh, Iro, you don't see it. Sorry, Iro. I thought yours was an 11. Everyone else sees it. Where's your perception? Oh, 12? Yeah, you see it. Everyone sees it except for Iro. I thought you all saw it. And it's looking at you. I'm going to give you a turn order.
Fuck. God damn it.
Because it knew you was here like as soon as you came in, but it has only just now
We are.
worked out. Well, it doesn't think that you can see it. So everyone roll me some initiative.
Initiative's been rolled 18.
Shit, I didn't click on my token.
Go, baby.
17.
0.
15. Man, I rolled above a 10 for initiative. I think that's literally a first. for 19.
The long stick.
141 for Rin. She's
141
ridiculously fast
for
now.
Rin. 8
What a
on the
gift
long
from
stick.
Hasmal.
14 on Stubby. which means Drift, you go first. As the long stick sits on the wall, climbing, attached to it, curled around it, perfectly still, almost the exact same color as the wall itself, sitting at the edge of your vision, staring at you. What would you like to do? It's about how far away from you is this thing right now? You're on the ceiling. It is 60 feet away from you.
Oh boy.
Eat it. Eat it.
Yeah, right.
I don't think it does anything to
Let's
eat
have
this
some
thing.
fun. I want him to know we're there because we're obviously gonna do that. I'm gonna call out real quick and just be like, "Are we doing this?" In the group.
What? Prep an arrow and pull it back.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
Arrow?
let's do it.
Just
Yes, arrow.
be ready. And as I say ready, I instantly, from the ceiling, upside down, cock back a couple elder. Oh, I hate doing this in caves. Oh, I hate using spells in caves. I won't miss, will I? Now that I'm saying it, now I'm freaking out even more. Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast this
All right.
Judo drop you with a
little.
Give me
little
the
piece of
attack
shit.
roll
Here we go.
on the long stick.
Throwing it out. 17.
17 is a hit.
Great. Now with this,
triple dog.
if you're okay with it, I'll do it on the second one. Yeah. I'll do it on the second one because I didn't call it before. But on the second one, if you're okay with it, I'll show damage in a sec. I would like to drop down, and as I'm dropping, I'd like to throw the second one out, so he fall like it brings him down, and I drag him.
Oh, you want to
and I
pull
grasp
him
a
off the
Vadar him
thing?
down.
Okay, yeah. Give me the attack roll.
Okay, so I'll show damage in a second. Attack roll on the second. So you just see Drift, one Eldritch Blast out, and then you just see him like sort of like push off the
Yeah.
ceiling and flip around, and second Eldritch Blast, right here. 22.
22 is a hit.
So I'll do damage on that first one. 4, 8. That's 12 damage.
12 damage.
And he gets pulled 10 feet towards us.
And
down
he is pulled
from the
10
ceiling.
feet. He is dragged off of this pillar. Suddenly, like it's hit by this force, and you see it kind of react to it. 3 of its kind of legs are displaced. It grabs the purchase before the second one hits it. As it falls off naturally, it is dragged away from the thing and pulled off the edge of the pillar. Roll me 2d6.
10 damage on top of it.
Another 10 bludgeoning damage from the falling. It was about 20 feet up.
There it is, Hero!
And it's just, it is hit, grabbed by the grasp of Hadar and dragged off this thing. It's turned upside down. It lands kind of in a crunch on its back. It spins over very quickly and opens up this horrible giant set of mandibles. And looks like it's going to rush at you now. It starts to run across the ground towards you. But you dealt a bunch of damage to it. Let's see. Is that the end of your turn there, Drift?
That's it. I will also. I'm gonna peel off to the right.
All right. Iro, DR.
All right. As soon as I see this creature, I
Wanted to give you vision.
yes. As soon as I'm just there's like I stifle the full yell, but there's a and I will move forward and fire a firebolt that's very fast, like it's like a panic firebolt. I blast out like it would fire.
Yeah. Krillin's key blast.
Kill it with fire.
Yes. And I firebolt. That's a 27.
27 is a hit. Give me that damage.
This thing's not even gonna get to move.
7 fire. And
7.
And then I will duck back behind 19.
Yeah. Iro, you see the thing lands awkwardly after Drift drops it, and you see kind of part of its carapace break and snap open. With the flames that you launch over, you see it kind of push and break this carapace off, and it's flung backwards, and you can see kind of part of its back is exposed, this like soft flesh underneath, and there's all this strange sort of white mucus underneath. That's somewhat translucent in places and kind of patches of blood. And Stubby shouts at all of you. Stubby shouts suddenly and points and says, "Oh, use law. That's flammable, that's super flammable." Pointing at the
Light it on fire! Light it on fire!
19, it's your turn.
Its blood is flammable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
Here's
actually
that.
a cave fisher in the monster manual or wherever I got it from. It might be from Volos or something.
No, it was the Tome of Beasts.
Is it Tome of Beasts? Are you sure?
I think so.
I don't know. It doesn't look like it is because all I've got is a PNG.
We good?
Yep.
It's still your turn. Yeah, what do you want to do?
Okay. The first thing he does is he kind of takes his shield and he kind of puts his shield in front of him, and then this little spot in the middle of the shield starts to like turn on fire and kind of flame up a bunch. And he's going to shoot a fireball as well at him, or a fire bolt, and it's going to come out of the shield because I just think it would look cool. So it comes out of the middle of the shield and just like it almost like a gun, like it almost is so hard. Like he actually kind of stumbles back a little bit. He's like, "Whoa, all right." And he shoots a firebolt at him as well for a 21.
21 is a hit. It is now vulnerable to fire damage, so you'll do double damage.
Ignore that thing right there. Sorry about that. I clicked the wrong thing. So
14?
So 14 damage to it.
14 in total.
Double
Double damage, remember?
It was 7.
Yeah,
It
7.
was
so
7.
14.
And is it? Yeah. That should be it.
Yeah.
It should be roll 2d10. I just got confused for a second.
Yeah, this firebolt launches out, and you see the flame catch the back of this thing, and then suddenly the whole creature just suddenly goes up in a ball of fire, and it's on fire now as it's running towards you.
Oh my god!
As it's moving across the ground quickly, it's now just complete. It's leaving like a trail of fire behind it, as if it's leaking petroleum jelly kind of thing behind it. And it starts to move, and yes, it's from Volos. The reason I thought it was Volos is because I don't have Volos guide bought, but I do have Mordenkainen's and the monster manual, and I couldn't find it when I looked for it earlier on. So I'm like, well, it must be Volos.
The last thing he does is he puts his shield down in front of him. He's just preparing to be attacked, potentially.
Stubby says, "Oh, I fucking hate these things." And he fires a natural 20 arrow into
What the hell?
into the front of this thing. In fact, he actually gets 2 shots, so I'll just roll them both. Oh, he misses the second one. He fires an arrow into this thing's face, into its head, but it keeps running. He only deals 10 damage, which is not quite enough to kill it, which leaves us to Rin, one last person before it gets its turn, and you've rolled a firebolt on a 6 is a miss. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No.
Come on.
Okay.
How
let
does
me
this
see.
how does this look, by the way? Because there is a flaming
Jesus.
giant horrible bug crab creature preparing a big scorpion filament to stab you in the heart, running at you in this cave. And what do you do?
Well, I put my bow down because I did have it ready, and then I go to, I guess, shoot a firebolt, which I've done maybe once before, and I think I miss. I just flat out miss.
It works better if you point your fingers.
Okay. Shit.
And the long stick runs at you. Runs all the way up to where you
Yeah.
guys are. You guys are elevated like 5-6 feet up in the air, and it just starts running up the side of this thing. There's a a sort of waft of heat, but you guys aren't affected by it. Stubby maybe stumbles backwards a little bit, and this huge, great filament that's on its back, kind of like a scorpion spike, peels back and then just launches itself towards you.
Oh my god, look
Rin.
at that fire.
Give me a strength save, Rin.
You got this, Rin.
8.
That is a fail. The filament.
Poisoned forever.
Grapples you. It's sticky. This thing just grabs at you pretty much, and you feel that this horrible super glue-like feeling as it attaches itself to your. Are you in clothing? You're in armor, right? You find something?
I'm in clothing. I'm not
Oh,
in
you're in
armor.
clothing. Okay, so it grabs onto this clothing that you've got, and the fire like pushes up onto your body, and you can feel it, but it does nothing. Thank God, because it would have been pretty nasty. And then the thing is going to try to actually bite and claw at you now with advantage. What is your AC?
16.
Oh dear, that is 2 hits.
Jesus.
It's not good. So I'm just going to roll all of it, which is 4d6 plus 6.
What?
Because it's 2 attacks. And they both hit. So I think probably the filament comes up and just bursts through your shoulder and pierces through your shoulder. And then it also kind of grabs onto you and starts clawing at you and scraping at you with its many legs and pincers. And this thing is now like half hanging onto the cliff or the plateau edge and half hanging onto Rin. Rin, I'll give you the honors of rolling me a d10.
8.
As it burns and dies on its turn. Because it's on fire. It's on fire. And it took burn damage. Again, another one of my creatures burning to death on its turn. As it jumps up at you and it burns.
Looks like it stabbed me and I'm holding it steady, and then it just fucking dies.
And then it just falls backwards. I think give me another strength check to not be dragged off the edge with it.
Yeah. 19.
Yeah, the filament like rips part of your clothing out, and the slick blood from the wound in your shoulder allows it to just pull free from you as its entire form just lands and dies on the floor in front of you.
I spit on it.
When you first encountered this thing, it was
So scary.
Wait.
It was pretty
Who
rough.
used the fire? Who lit it on fire?
I did.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was Drift's kill there for a second. I got excited. Sorry. What?
All
Well, we
right.
both lit it on fire, myself and 19. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Everyone give me perception checks real quick. Stubby looks across all of you and says, Ree, he's pretty strong, eh?
14.
My third 9 on a fucking perception check.
18.
If you get 4,
And-
your health permanently becomes 9.
14.
Your max health, not your...
It's close anyway.
What do we got? 9, 14, 18, 14. And then give me survival checks. Seems a little weird.
13.
9.
An 8.
Sorry, 13.
And Stubby rolls a natural 20. All right, so you kill this thing and like it lands, and you can see this huge form kind of curl in on itself like a dead spider. And this is its lair. This is where all of its main kills are. There are a lot more bones here, and it lands in a big pile of them. This thing's probably been alive for a really long time because there's a lot of bones in here, and it looks like it eats well and frequently. The cave around you falls relatively silent, but you do notice that you can hear like a roaring fire kind of sound. Now that you're this far in and you're less distracted by the reaction of the thing. It's kind of like that, but not like there's a flamethrower in my left ear as loud as it could be.
I
More
thought
like
someone was hitting a vape, dude.
Yeah.
more like you can hear it in the distance. 19. Roll me an intelligence check.
I would love to do that for you, Bradley.
The survival check is just to keep you on track because you can see some
13.
stuff on the ground here. You can see that there is scuff marks, and it looks like people climbed down this little tiny sort of 6-7 foot ledge in front of you. There is like a section that you can see where it has been something was stuck in the ground, like a piton or something. And then they
Pecan? You say pecan?
They like two pecans that are in the area. Two pecans have been used to create something to like lower something down here. Is I think what you can make out on your 13 intelligence.
Strong ass pecans. I noticed they're pecans, right?
Do you not know what a piton is?
It's a piton?
Yeah.
I do not know.
It's like those things that you climb mountains with that you stick in the mountain.
Oh, okay.
They're just
I thought you were saying a nut.
They're just
A pecan.
they're a meme at this point because everyone in D&D always gets a set of them in their fucking explorers pack, and I hate them because everyone's like, can I use these pitons to kill this enemy instantly, like power word kill? Yes, you can. You can see that this area in front of you has been manipulated in some way recently. And then something has been dragged through the bones, dispersing them, that wasn't the long stick, because it moved along on its legs and it was generally up on the ceiling and stuff. People have moved through this area. And the 13-int check. The roaring fire is weird because previously, when you were in here, the big, weird, magical door, the illusory kind of door, didn't allow sound to pass through it. The sound that you're hearing, that fire, is of that constant moving flava in the gate of fire that was just ever constant. And you can hear it really clearly here, as if that door is open ahead of you.
It seems as though the door might be open ahead of us.
How does he get through here without fighting this thing?
Does it matter?
No, I guess not.
We should keep on.
Yeah, let's go.
Right.
I jump down and start moving. Well, I'll move over here and jump down because he's probably still burning a little.
I
Yeah.
tried
This looks
to,
different, Brad.
I
You can
tried to
freely jump
gently
down.
move down the cliff. I do not jump.
It might be that you came around the other way a little bit, but
We came down here, saw this, and then we're like, fuck that, and then
Yeah, we
turned
ran.
around and went back. Yeah.
you might have gone
Oh.
this way. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
It's the same. I remember this ledge because I was like, fuck.
Pretty much the same.
okay,
This
here we are.
this specifically here is where the token for the unseen servant was.
Right.
When you were
Yeah.
all hidden here and the long stick
Yeah,
was waiting
okay,
here.
okay.
It was in the same
close to
area
mine.
basically as it was
Yeah.
Cool.
before. And you can move forward. I'm gonna just ignore Stubby's token for now.
Okay.
And you guys want to just move on up to the entranceway of the gate?
Oh, yeah.
here?
We know our way now. Yeah.
Feel free to move your tokens all the way up. You can see it.
Oh, okay. What is that?
You can
Uh,
see it. Shit.
You should be able to see it.
I mean, I
Oh.
a tiny little baby bit.
It
That's not a-
opens up to you once again as you approach the gate of fire. You can see that that illusory wall is gone. There is sound pouring out from the fire. You can also see this flame. There are elements. The map kind of doesn't let me manipulate it too much, but there are elements of purple fire within the flava, and there are also elements of like red fire, the same fire that you experienced.
Shit.
The tiles, the walls, the architecture and things are still red slabs with the runic archaic writing being purple now.
Do we understand that now?
You do not.
Okay.
No. Which I'm gonna let 19 give me an intelligence check for.
You damn right.
For a
And this
good-
one's gonna be sick. You ready for this?
For a
This is our-
good,
Domain now, really.
for a good question,
14.
a 14.
It's a good one.
And
If,
before it feels like home when we cross the threshold.
If you
You know that feeling that you get when you come home and you're like, ah.
Start taking off our shoes. We're like, what the?
Yeah, we're like, yeah, this feels good.
yeah, you're really in that position. You you guys, it is like that, I think, for you. As you approach this thing, 19, you see the archaic writing, and whether you come to the conclusion that Rin does of like, do I understand what this is? Looking at it to you, it doesn't look like a language to you. Like,
Okay.
it does look like a language just if you look at it, but really it's not a language. Like, this whole time, everyone's always assumed it was a language. It kind of doesn't look like a language to you, and also you have this innate feeling that it's not a language. Yeah, I don't think you think it's a language at all.
Well, the door seems to be open. We also decided I don't think this is a language.
What the fuck is this cup, Brad?
That's the cup that was there before.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
There is nothing in it right now.
Right.
Everything is wide open. Are you guys stepping in?
Uh,
The natural
what is the-
cavern system kind of just turns a corner. There's a brazier next
Brazier.
to you. A brazier.
Brazier?
Yeah, that was a TV show. Wax. Damn, that was a long time ago. You're showing your age, okay? All right, just
I
on
don't
your
have
left.
to try to show my age. It's just written across my face, Brad.
And ahead of you there is this the gate of fire opens up before you with these canals of lava that lead into this great big hallway into this red slabbed temple looking structure that leads slightly downwards into this mountain. And you turn around and speak to Stubby. He is here. His token's not there because I couldn't be bothered to
Bitch.
move him, but he's with you.
If we go in there, I need you to know it's quite hot. And
Hey, I
that
can
won't affect
already
any
feel
of us.
that.
But it'll affect you.
What is that?
Heat, fire, flames.
The place,
heat
the
of fire.
place. I wasn't expecting that. What is that?
Yeah.
The demon's home.
Well,
Sort of.
Is that a fire demon?
I don't think so.
no.
Oh, it's already hot. I'm sweating. Alright, let's go then, shall we?
Brad, I have a
I
question.
think maybe we should take a short rest before we continue.
what if when we walk in, though, what if Hasmal has something prepared for us? This is his domain.
I don't think Hasmel's with us anymore.
I don't think he is either, but what if we walk in and it does everything for us?
Brad, I have a question. Do I, or do at least those of us who are, I guess, taking over for Hasmel, do we have some sort of understanding? Like when I look at that cup, do I know what it does now or what it's supposed to do or what's supposed to go in it? Or am I just clueless still?
Pretty clueless, honestly.
Okay.
I think it's a fairly similar mental aptitude
Okay.
approach.
So we have no idea how this place works still.
Seeing that the door is down and open makes you maybe, if I can force some emotions on you, make you feel a little agitated. I think you can feel deep within you a little like,
Like
who's been
somebody
sleeping
put
in
their
my
shoes in.
bed?
Okay, yeah, all right. Okay.
Kind of feeling, and you can feel that sweltering heat upon your skin. I think as well, to force another emotion on you a little bit, that heat maybe doesn't upset you as much this time. I think this time, feeling that heat, that very specific heat from the gate of fire, on your skin, this time, like you suggested, it does feel relatively good, almost like you've come home. But again, you can also see very clearly that several people have been through here, and
With
recently,
their shoes on.
with their shoes on, for sure. And I think that is probably one thing that you can see, is on the ground here. There is probably dirty footprints marring the previously impeccable clean floors. Remember this place looks brand new. It's probably older than half of the things that exist on the planet, and it just looks brand new. There isn't a scuff on the tiles, there isn't a chip on the slabs. Everything looks brand new. The fires still burn relatively warm orange. In parts, they burst with little flecks of purple. The archaic writing on the walls has gone from being red and yellow and orange and whites to purples and oranges. There's a flash of purple in there at the moment as well. You can feel like a sense of a corruption in the place.
That's not good.
And you can see that the floors look dirty. People have just been moving through here.
Those bastards.
There's some mud, and I think honestly Stubby just got a natural 20. He points at the ground and says, "Aye, something's been dragged through there as well. Look, don't know what that is. A sled."
You said dragged?
Yeah, look
Aye.
at it.
He points at an area, and the
Perhaps something for the ritual.
it looks like there's mud that's dragged in lines in places, like something has been pulled through here as well. And oh my god, if I punch that thing one more time.
Oh no. I just remembered I'm playing 19 and not oldest, so my thought process does not matter. But it's a good thought process, and I hope somebody else pings it in their brain.
Well, your thought process does matter because you're the smartest one in the room.
Yeah.
Now.
But I was not a part of anything that happened.
Oh, shit. Okay. Fair.
Well, I don't disagree with Eero.
We should take a short rest, yes.
I'd like to investigate the spots that look like something was dragged. I want to see if I can find any sort of clue as to what it was. Like, how big is it? He said sled, so I'm assuming it's like
I mean, investigation.
body
check,
sized.
Yeah.
Is it the shape of a human? Or elf? 11.
To you, it probably looks like someone's just smudging mud lines. He said sled. You think maybe sack full of stuff. Santa's dragged a sack through here, kind of situation. Like it's pushing
Can I do a
and
survival check on that?
I'm dragging
sliding some
something.
of the mud across the threshold.
Is that okay, Brad?
What do you want?
I would like to do a survival check on that mark where it looks dragged. I would want to see if I would recognize maybe, like, this might sound dumb, but I want to look, I guess maybe it'd be investigation then, but I want to look as much into it as I can to see if this is going to sound silly, but I'm really smart and I had, like, you know, because of what he did in the past, I want to see if I would know maybe the size of the person that was dragged, or maybe if I would just realize, like, maybe I see a hoof print, maybe I see a footprint, so we know it might be human, stuff like that.
Okay, give me an investigation check. See what you can work out.
Loki.
Eero Drift. Can you make this out?
What do you
I'm
want
not
to?
sure.
27
You know
crit.
everything.
You
Holy-
smart motherfucker.
You do the classic lean down Sherlock. All the
Do I pull out a little magnifying glass, even though I don't actually
you
have
pull
one?
out a comical magnifying
Wow.
glass.
This is serious.
Start looking over the bits here.
Wow.
You would think that
Oh my god, 19 smarter than poo-poo cakes.
it's possible that people have come and gone from here a couple of times. It's not necessarily like they all just kind of bundled in. It looks like maybe people have been in once, come back out, and gone back in. They for sure are dragging something in there with them. It's not like and it doesn't seem like something big. But it seems like if you just wanted to, I think probably you would guess that it was not really them dragging something, but maybe something like a wheelbarrow or like a little cart or something like that, and that's what is causing all these lines. And the fact
There's
that
no
it's
like
it's smudged,
random strand of hair or anything.
it's more
Like
just that it's
nat 20.
the smudging is more just that people have come and gone a couple of times, and the lines are from maybe cartwheels, and you're only getting them at the threshold here as the natural cave meets with the doorway. It very quickly disperses, and they're not like dragging these massive, great, obvious footprints in.
Looks
They've
weird.
brought some things in here, probably by wheelbarrow or small little cart.
Whatever they drug in there, it wasn't somebody they drag in there. It's whatever they have in the cart that they were dragging. Those are wheel
cart?
marks.
Oh,
They were pulling something in. Something looks like they've done it a couple times. They've been going back and forth.
I wonder what they need.
What is something they need multiple of?
I don't know.
Who's they? You said I was a demon.
Well, as you can see by the prints,
Not
there's
alone.
multiple people.
They're cults of a sort.
Oh,
Not
great.
of a sort.
I love cults. All right. Okay, great. So what? They're like, are they little demons too, or are they people?
We don't know.
They're people.
People. All right. Good. Okay. Ah, do you know what? I feel sick. It's so hot. Everyone gets 2 HP recovered.
Wait. Why?
Oh wait, you
Fucking.
don't. Sorry, Drift. You don't get 2 HP recovered.
I don't know why, but
Did that hurt me?
don't know why, but I'm feeling a little better.
Does that hurt me?
No, it doesn't hurt you. You just are not
I have a little bit of a
recovering
second
HP.
wind, but
It's very comfortable in here, actually.
yeah.
Tells me that if we rest, we won't make it in time.
Alright, I'm sorry I said that dwarves were hardy, but you don't need to go proving that you're all double hard, you know. Okay, maybe you should take a rest.
Just a little one. I mean, I'm still bleeding, I think. Yeah.
It doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't.
We're a bit spent. I think we need to take a short rest at least.
Alright, you know what? I'll take you up on that, but I'm gonna go and sit, like, over there. I'll sit over there and I'll try and keep an eye out, because I don't want to burn this doorway here. It's too hot. He kind of heads to the, over here somewhere, and
We can't just sleep here.
he settles down and says, "Are you
Just
going
need
to
to
sleep?
sit
You
for
out
a
of your
minute."
mind?"
If I'm feeling a little bit better from the heat, then perhaps I would move a bit closer. I think.
I would for sure. Yeah. I move in closer. It feels good. It feels familiar.
Like little, what are them little flies called? Got
Moths.
Gnats.
Yeah.
Moths. That's
Moths
what
to the
they
plant.
Mothman
What is
prophecy.
wrong
Well,
with
a
my
moth
brain? I
isn't-
swear to God. I didn't used to do
Well,
this dumb,
sleep.
everyone,
Well,
I
sleep.
promise. Yeah, so you guys can all settle down and begin a short rest. A short rest is an hour, by the way. You can sit, you don't have to sleep. Rests do not require you to sleep. And none of you, I think, are even tired, by the way,
No.
in terms of sleepy tired, because you feel like you've been asleep for a long time.
And I'll just be tooling on a little riff that drift came up with.
Drift.
the drift rifts.
How many hit die do we get in a short rest?
As many
Well,
as
you
you
also
want.
you also get a bonus because of my bardic bullshit.
As many as we want?
You can use as many as you want, yeah, but you just won't have
Hold on,
any.
what's
You
the
won't
bar
have any
saying?
more if you
About
need them
fun rest?
later on for another short
I'm
rest.
not. Yeah, that's true. God.
So if you are rolling a hit die, you get a bonus 1d6.
There you go.
On top of
Just
it?
once.
Yeah.
Just once.
Oh,
That was a nice roll for me right there.
So I'm gonna use 3 hit die.
Yeah.
Damn, 2 good rolls. Oh, baby.
3. So
I'm
3
also
hit
gonna
die
use 3.
and 6.
I'm going to use 4.
Bards are awesome, and the higher level they become, they might be the best class in it, really.
It's really fucking gorgeous. Right?
What is my hit die?
Especially for Orthodox D&D.
It's
Hit
right
die
below.
should just be on your
What the fuck?
Whoa.
sheet. Wow, is that a 0 on your hit dice?
Yeah.
I have a lot of hit dice, by
Oh
the
man,
way.
I might have to use more than this. Fucking A.
Do you get any spells back on a short rest? I can't recall.
4, 5. It depends on the class. I don't think clerics do.
3 other things. Oh, that's not bad. It's
Uh,
actually huge. And I get a 1d6, correct, from your thing?
Yeah. I'm gonna use another hit die. Oh my
Woo!
god.
Feel good, baby.
There
Very
we
good.
go. Oh fuck's sake.
all right, you can feel this area is energizing you guys a little bit as well. Rin 19 Iridir.
Real quick, no spell slots though, real fast. For cleric.
No, you get all of your spell slots back.
Yeah.
You
We're
also
home.
In a short rest?
We're home, boys.
you also get all of your hit dice back. You are
Fucking knew.
also all
Wait,
at
me too.
full HP.
I knew it. I
Drift.
knew it. Fucking
You got
called it.
whatever you got on your hit dice.
Fucking did. Oh, I'm so
But you
glad
do
I
get your
didn't use
spell
any
slots back
spells.
because you're
I'm
a warlock.
so-
You get them because
Okay.
you're a warlock, but not because you are being healed by the Gate of Fire here.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man, so is it like when I sit down, does my wound just heal itself?
I think a little bit, yeah. And
Yeah, because I was gonna patch it up, but I imagine if this place is actually healing us, it probably just heals
Since
itself.
I am doing a song of rest, perhaps some of the
What the fuck? This tiger is dying. What is going
Fall
on?
down the wrong tube.
happening. Are you
perhaps some of the fire from my fire loot licks out to heal some of your wounds
Whoa.
with my
Whoa.
song of rest.
okay? Yeah, you can have your hit dice stuff. You get your spells back. You have other ways to heal yourself, unfortunately. Drift. So, and again,
Fortunately.
so for a good portion of this campaign, John, aka Drift, has had some broken extra stuff going on, and up until now, you guys have just pretty much played your classes. Up until now. Now, at the end of each of your turns, you regain 2 hit points, unless you are at 0 at the start of that turn.
And this is for everybody.
Yes.
Well,
when you're in the while you are within the gate of
Mm-hmm.
fire.
I don't get this though, correct, Brad?
You don't get this.
Cool.
So let me just, because I wrote it but I didn't write it properly because I'm an idiot. You regain 2 HP at the start of your turn during combat.
Okay.
If you take a short rest, you will heal to full. Just because if you sit for long enough, you'll just heal here. And you will reclaim the energy that you need to do spells. Sounds good, but we'll see, because we'll see. Unless you are at 0 at the beginning of your turn. Now, I wrote this specifically earlier on, but then can't find it because I honestly prepared this whole thing a long time ago. So let me give this to you in words. Regeneration. You now have regeneration. You regain 2 hit points at the start of your turn unless you were at 0 at the beginning of your turn. I think that is how I worded it before when I first came up with this. It's very similar to, like, oh, I don't know, a vampire. Okay. You guys sit here for about an hour. The gate feels like it's energizing you. That heat when you were first here was horrible. You remember being trapped in this place? It was
Yes.
just constant. It was like being in like an oven, or like when you're just trapped in a really stuffy hot room endlessly, and that there's just lava everywhere, and it was just heating this room up. It felt almost like there wasn't much oxygen. It's the opposite now. I think oxygen-wise, you can still feel like it's a little kind of stuffy down here, but realistically, it's just healing you. You just feel strong, and it feels like it's regenerating your skin, your muscles, and it's rejuvenating you, and energizing you a little bit as well. You will all feel pretty brand new by the end of this. Drift.
Yeah.
You feel however you want to feel.
Got my head die.
But you understand how to heal and stuff? In
Biting
general?
people.
Okay, good. Yeah, just checking.
Yeah, I
that
know.
You know, because this is it. This is
Listen,
the last.
if Stout Boots, you know,
This
if
is
he's
the
not doing
last-
it, if he's not holding his own,
This is the foot of the last dungeon.
he'll be my source of energy.
as you come to the end of this rest. You feel pretty great, I think, you guys. And 19 Iro Rin, you get this odd sense of home here. Maybe like you've never felt generally.
Ever.
Yeah, I think
Probably.
there's a sense in all of you that there is a homely feeling. I wouldn't say necessarily safety because someone is in your home. But at the end of this rest, you feel pretty good. What would you like to do next? Stubby is just sat at the other end of the hall here with some kind of sweat. He maybe dabs his head and he checks his bow, checks a few arrows, and generally just seems to be resting and waiting on your guys. Go ahead.
I would just like to say I do make a cup of tea during this short rest. I make an entire pot of tea for everyone.
Yeah.
I think we're having some tea then.
I'm still addicted, right?
If you want to be.
Yeah.
It sounded like a hopeful question. I wanted to say no because you've all been reborn and you're like a whole other thing now. But you also sounded like you wanted to be.
I love the tea.
And I'm an
It's
easygoing
lasted through
GM,
death.
so I think fine. Carry your addictions over.
You might not be physically addicted, but nostalgia is
That was
pretty
the war
powerful.
of the two parts of my brain where the GM part is like, no, dude, you've been reborn. Don't be silly. You've reprinted your body. And then the other half of me is like, oh, that was, yeah, of course you're addicted, little guy. Yeah, you're
Brad
addicted.
still has like leftover emotions from the Final Fantasy VII
I'm
stuff.
not right.
so-
If you can't tell, I didn't know what a pillar was earlier on, so I can't. Don't judge me, okay?
All right. After some tea, then I think I'd get up and I said, I feel fantastic.
Yeah, I feel pretty good too, and
Brad,
I think I'm ready.
Yes.
can I roll a check that sees if I know that that's what's going on with us?
What is going on with you? Oh, with the gate?
Do we know we have the regeneration thing now? Or do we not really know? And if that's by that, I'd like to roll to see if I can figure out that this is what being close to this area is doing to us, all the stuff it's doing to us.
I think you all vaguely intuited that pretty quickly as your own selves. So as players, as your player characters, I think you'd intuit that a little bit as well. I think
Yeah, my wound like healed itself.
I think you're relatively well aware that the that whatever is going on with the energy that Hasmul dispersed and gave to you is linked to the energy here, and that energy is bolstering you right now. I don't think you need to roll a check at all and I think you do understand that it's not like you're invincible, but you are in D&D. When a dragon is in its lair, it gets extra shit it can do, and this is your lair now. So you have lair powers in this while you're within this dungeon. You can regenerate hit points at the beginning of your turn, and also you your short rests act like long rests essentially.
I think that whatever it is, I think I was right. I think my thought process before we took the rest was right. At least for myself.
Yes, I also feel fantastic.
Yeah, I feel great too. I think we've waited long enough.
Drift, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good.
What
Ready
about
to go.
you, Stubby?
I am ready to go, man. I was ready before. Just a little
Feeling loose? You feeling loose?
We bit hot. We bit hot.
You're loose though, right?
Always loose.
Okay,
Always
so a little hot
ready.
yoga while we're in here, huh?
Guess so. That's what we're doing. Okay, we're going.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And you guys head back inside the gate of fire. The
Can we do
gate
some hot yoga while we're in here?
Oh, I'm hot. I'm sweating and I have the air on.
of the gate of Darkfire.
John lives in the fucking Gate of Fire.
Welcome back.
I stream from a basement now. so
LA, dude.
I'm like cold right now almost. It's great.
This is the entranceway that you were in. As you head into and over this threshold, you get that sense, that wave of coming home once again. But there is something wrong with this place. The areas of lava that pool, you can see kind of burst every now and then with the dark fire that you saw overtake and destroy the village of Drit. The dark fire that has burst from the top of this, that purple flame every now and then bursts up from these pools of lava, and the entire gate opens itself up to you, and you can sense something below, disturbing the sanctity of what is essentially your home, your lair, however you want to perceive it. You look around you, you can see the same halls, this same red flooring, the same walls with the archaic writing over everything, glittering, lighting the place up a little bit. Most notably the fire and the flava that runs along rivulets and in pools at various corners along these hallways lights up these walls in a constant and endless red, every so often permeated with bursts of purple. Where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
Oh my god. Do we hear any sounds?
You may give me perception checks.
Thank you.
It's a crit 23 from me.
19.
13 for me.
Yes.
What the hell was that? Are we in the seaside again? And an 8 from 19. Rin, give me another perception check.
That's not good. 23.
All right, so yours is a 19. This I'm going to take as an audio-based sound.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Perception check, because there is definitely nothing in front of you. You're looking for traps. You're preparing for this place to have been, whatever. You're pretty sure there's people in here. You can sense that this ritual is taking place below and is disturbing the sanctity of this place. But in terms of immediate threats and things, you don't see anyone here, and you don't hear any noise other than the kind of low rumble of the flava and the gate of fire itself. There is really nothing going on in these hallways. However, Iro dear, as you guys start to move very quietly through these hallways, you hear, and you are convinced you hear, a shuffle, like a boot shuffle or a clothing shuffle, something.
I hold my hand up immediately.
You hear it, and it comes from ahead of you and down the left-hand hallway.
I point down the left-hand hallway and I tap my ear.
I nod.
I nod. Can we move towards it?
And,
Yeah.
and I'll probably like hold up
Yeah.
one
can I roll
finger
stealth?
to my lips.
You want to move towards it stealthily?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right.
15.
Give me
23.
stealth checks. Stubby rolled at 21.
21 from me.
Iridir rolled
Wow.
at 21.
Come on, 19. You got this.
19.
Well,
Come on, buddy.
20.
Yeah, dude.
At 21, here's what I'm going to do for you. You guys start moving down the hallway quietly. You are like a commando crack team here as you start to shuffle down this hallway with almost complete silence, including Stubby, as you all move in unison like a full-on like SEALs SAS team down this
Do that like weird
hallway.
way of walking.
Like a SEAL Team Sloth by chance?
SEAL Team Sloth starts moving down the hallways here.
Nice, nice.
And is there any sort of order that you would like to move forward? So the hallway, as it stands, I'm gonna just put you guys. I'm gonna put you guys like here.
The good old days.
The hallway ahead of you. You went to this room. The room that lies ahead of you down this hall, where Iro, you're pretty sure you heard the noise from, is the one that had the. Do you remember there was the stone sword that you could move, and it affected the time of the globe that was floating in the room? That's the room that's ahead of you. It kind of opens up. Iro, I would say, because you got the natural 20 on the perception check, you're pretty sure the sound either come from the hallway that you're in now and you can't see anyone, or that room beyond. It's unlikely you heard anything further ahead. So it's possible there's someone in that room ahead of you. How do you guys want to move into, approach this room? What do you
Point
want
to
do?
19, and I point to the room.
I will go up with 19.
Before I even move,
Okay.
look at Eero and I say, and I point at the light that's in my fucking shield.
I turn the light off.
There's a decent amount of light around, by the way. I tried
Yeah,
to
I think I can
global.
see
This
everything
is
in here, if I
globally
remember.
lit, but because it's dynamic lit, it also kind of messes with your vision.
Which
you can
direction are we going again?
see. You're heading down this hallway.
Right.
Okay.
Down there.
I would like.
There's a single door opening, and it's the size of probably a little taller and a little wider than 19, but only really 5 feet across.
I've never asked this
15
before
feet high kind of doorway.
because I've never had the opportunity to need to ask this. But can I ready an action out of an initiative's tiled combat? So, like, if I'm walking up there and I have my shield in front of me, can I ready an action if something happens when I walk into that room?
You can't technically. If you want me to just start initiative, I'm happy to do that, and you can do that, or you can describe to me how you want to approach this room, and you can.
I want to approach it like straight up, like
roll
shield
that out.
right in front of me. Like I'm guarding myself. Like if something pops out, hits me, because I want to remind from earlier. Remember that roll for the survival check on seeing if there's any traps? Does that still count in here? Do you want me to roll again?
You would need to roll again, but you don't need to roll a survival check. It's it's not really a roll. It's just that's how you're approaching the thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is
Yep.
fine. Yeah, you're prepared for something to attack you.
Very much so.
And as a group in general, how do you think you approach this door? Do you have a marching order? Are you like running in, like or are you?
I'm moving very stealthily. I
the
think we're just
intention
going to
of
try to peek through the
looking
door.
in or moving
Yes.
in?
I'm going to look in first.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I think it's 19 Rin, then me, Stubby, Eero, probably in the back, right?
put yourselves where you want to be on here.
There we go.
Okay.
And then I am going to roll 1 dice to determine your fate and how this goes.
Oh God.
Wow. All right. You guys move up to this doorway.
Oh my God, I'm freaking out, dude.
And what you see is, I think, all of these people facing, I guess, the other direction, or are completely painfully underprepared. There are several cultists hiding in preparation behind all of these pillars. Rin, as you move up to the doorway, you can see that there is leaning against the back of the other side of the doorway is Kadir Nightsky, the cultist from Praeterita that you met in Roseguard, the guy that sort of led you, gave you the books, forced you to cut off your finger, told you to go down into the water to go into the Nightstorm dungeon, and he's kind of just there, like leaning against a wall, just kind of like doing whatever with his nails, like just completely wasting time. No one in here is aware that you're there, but I think you have like 1 second to react before one of them sees you. Those of you that walked up to the door, you are in these positions. 19 Rin Drift, you all see this. Eero, you're aware that these people are in here. And I think Stubby is like right behind you as well. And he sees it, and he quietly reaches up for his bow.
If we have 1 second to react, can one
Just
of us
tell me what
make
you
a
all
stealth
want to
attack?
do, yeah.
I want to make a stealth attack, sneak attack.
Yeah, I was the same way. Wait,
All right.
can I look at Rin, nod,
Yeah.
and at the same time, can we go for a fucking attack?
And can I be a part of it, please? I'm in the back right there.
But I want to point to the main guy who made me cut off my finger. And guys, I don't think you've ever seen Rin look really mad before, but I look visibly upset, and I point to the guy, that main guy there, like, watch out for this guy.
That's when you
Can we all three get a fucking like nod at each other, Brad?
You all nod at each other. You all reach for a weapon or begin casting your spells. You will all get a surprise round on this group of cultists led by Kadir.
Let's go.
Next week.
Next
in
week.
Week's episode, because we're right up at time. But you killed it on that thing. They rolled a 1 on their perception check. I gave them a counter perception to your stealth. and they
And
yeah,
the
they
beginning
rolled
of
that
the
one on
end
there.
begins.
And the beginning
No.
of the end begins. Truly, you are in the.
I have a
dungeon.
question. Is my finger still missing now that I'm reborn?
Yeah, I think you all look the same as you did before,
Okay.
apart from Drift. I think you are the same. Like 19 even has. Actually, 19 didn't really get reborn, but you have like the broken armor. Any scars or little things you had.
So my tattoos are still here and
You've
everything.
still got your tattoos and everything. You weren't
Dude,
reborn.
this
You were
is-
like copy pasted.
Yeah. Okay.
This
kind
is
of
so
thing.
exciting.
Nice. That was pretty good. I actually really was. I wasn't sure how you were gonna show up to that first fight, but that's like literally the best possible way to
For
start.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Final Fantasy VII.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy. That wasn't really me. That was a 1 on this dice. This dice is your friend, and I'm gonna destroy it in time for next week.
Melt it and wear it as
I
a
am
ring.
going to melt it as you guys push into this.
Wear
room
it as a
full of
choker for later.
cultists and Kidir
Can't
Knights.
believe that.
The first of the vanguard here of Death Singer's minions. Good luck next time. Until then, we'll do a little round of shout-outs and see where people can find people.
Oh my
This was
God.
a super fast episode, I think. I can't
Yeah.
tell.
I feel like today went by real.
really fast.
Yeah.
Way
Like
faster
when
than normal.
when you were moving up on this room, I was like, "Wait, this is too quick. Do we have another hour?" And I was like, it took me a moment to like work out that we were at time pretty much, and I was like, "Why? I don't understand." It was a fast
Yeah,
episode.
Earth is in the right position right now.
Yes. All right, let's do a little round of shout-outs. Let's start with Mr. John Sandman. Where can people find
What's
you?
up, homies? Yo, thanks for watching. That was super fun. Once again, it went by way too quick. You can find me at the thing that Noodle just popped up in the chat. You can go follow me on Twitch and all that good stuff. It was great. That was just, I'm shocked it's over. I'm bummed it's over. I miss you guys already.
All right.
How many, like,
No, don't ask him that, please.
I just want to know. I want to know how much longer.
I'm going to guess 3 or 4.
I
gonna
think
guess.
it's shorter than that.
I'm gonna guess 2 or 3.
Oh my God. I don't even get a summer with you guys.
Oh.
Technically, it's already summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But
You get to be
But
all
real
hot and bothered in the super boiling hot dungeon. So
You don't get to tell me when I'm hot and bothered.
when do I get to tell you and where, Tiger Writer?
nice lead in.
Nice, Brett.
Well, I wasn't thinking D&D anymore, but it's all right.
Where?
I was thinking when we're playing Final Fantasy VII next year, and
Oh my God!
side by side, we're
Oh
just
my
messaging each other.
God.
Did you get to this part yet? And I'm like, no, don't tell me. And they're like, but you're gonna know already. You already know. And I'm like, I know. And
I'm
they're like, oh, no, it's
locking.
gonna
I've already told Emma that I'm like locking myself in the room with the big TV and just.
I'm trying to
boarding
decide
up
if
the
I even want
doors.
to stream it.
Wait, are you
Yeah, I
gonna stream
can't.
it or just play it?
Don't stream it.
I don't know, but I don't think.
I haven't
so.
decided yet.
I'll have to see one
I'm
day
not
before.
going to.
But I don't know why I would, because I'm not going to be able to talk or think straight. So everyone's just going to be like, "Why is he sat there completely nude, covered in butter,
It's just covered in Cheeto dust.
using like the PlayStation
Spicy
the
Cheeto dust.
PlayStation streaming thing, where it's just like a massive wide shot of your room with the Twitch chat on the side, just completely nude, covered in butter, just gormless look on my face, playing Final Fantasy VII, fully.
Gonna look
Fully
like
erect.
fucking Golem.
We're definitely. I feel like I'm gonna look and be the fattest I've ever been because I'm definitely gonna order like pizza the first day it comes out.
Yeah,
Like,
same.
and I'm gonna
And
be
just
drinking
live off that
beers with the
pizza.
pizza. And I'm like, "Ugh," I'm gonna be crying.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna cry as it releases. Like it's gonna be one of those midnight
Really
release things.
fully
Like,
grown men
Yeah.
crying for a week while
Yeah.
they play it. Yeah.
I still remember the very first time I ever played. It was like Waxstar, but really, I think that's the very first real, like, in-depthness that I ever got into an RPG. And I still remember.
Zelda was a role-playing game, but like it wasn't on the
I got it
same
for
level.
Christmas.
Yeah.
I remember getting it for Christmas, and I remember
Full
my dad being
circle.
like,
Final
"You don't
Fantasy.
have to play this. You don't have the patience to play it." And I was like, "Oh yeah." And then I got to the fucking temple demon guy, and I got stuck there and quit playing it for 2 weeks because I was pissed because I couldn't beat him because we were stuck in that fucking room.
You know what I got stuck on? The fucking Zolom when you can't get past the snake. I couldn't work out to go to the Chocobo Kid or whatever and get one. And I just was there for so long. just because I had never played an RPG.
You can beat him. It's just
Yeah.
really tough.
Well,
Yeah.
I'd never played an RPG. I didn't know what the hell I was doing or what was happening. I was just completely, uninformed. And I was there forever. It was like a week,
We better not
all day.
keep talking about this, otherwise
No,
we're never.
where can people
Yeah.
watch you stream?
We'll go
and-
for 5 more hours.
Yeah,
Like,
we will. We'll just
we will.
never
This
stop.
will go on forever.
Yeah.
I
Tiger Rat.
stream at twitch.tv/Tiger Rider, where you will be able to see me in HD and much better camera quality, probably, maybe tomorrow, probably Thursday. It all depends on how the rest of the evening goes for me tonight when I go to the store and hope that I can buy something to put into the wall that allows me to have the camera not way over there. I love you.
Buy
Thank
one
you
of
for
those
watching.
big lenses that they have at like F1
Telephoto
races.
lens.
Yeah.
So what'd you do to fix your camera problem? Well, I bought this $2,000 lens for this
Yeah,
camera that
it's
sits on the
gigantic.
wall.
And it would immediately just tilt down.
Tilt, they're so
unable to hold
heavy.
itself up. Yeah, they're so heavy.
Talking of cameras, cameraman Whack. I'm gonna go to PB last today.
Okay. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed me playing Erodeer for you today. It's weird getting to near the end of this because Erodeer is probably my favorite character that I've ever played for a role-playing game. So it's there's I do get like a little bored of D&D these days, like just regular Dungeons and Dragons, because I've played it literally I think every week since it's been out. So there's like a little bit of that like boredom, but Eero is one of my favorite. This is my favorite character that I played.
That's
and,
why you went illusion, right? So you could just do some weird, funky stuff.
I
instead
wanted
of
to do weird stuff. Yeah,
evocation.
I told Brad before I started the character, I was like, I think I'm just gonna do something really weird with this character and see if it works. And he's like, all right, fucking do it. And yeah, I did, and I've really enjoyed Erodeer. So as we get closer to the end, it does, it does pull on some heartstrings. But I hope you guys enjoyed it today. Thanks for hanging out with us. And yeah, I'm here on Tablestory all the time. I run a show called Zero Blue Orion on Mondays. It's anime AF with big mechs and stuff, and Brad and PB are on that. Otherwise, you should come by tomorrow for Nocturne and Thursday for Ragtags, and we've got the big Zags coming up for you. So that's the St. Jude goal that we had, the first one that's coming up.
It's just Saturday. Yep, it's Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern.
2 p.m. It's a 6-hour one shot with 8 players.
It's gonna
Run
be
by me.
What?
Yeah, it's a big Zags. It's big Zags. It's a spin-off of a spin-off.
Sounds like so
Spin-off
much
of a
fun.
spin-off.
Fucking dope.
Yeah, it's just it's a dumb show, and it's silly, and it's a reward for the St. Jude's. It's the first reward that you guys smashed out of the park a little while ago, and we've managed to work out when it is. So 2 p.m.
Getting close
Eastern
to the next one.
on the 15th. That's Saturday, the 15th of June.
Close to the next one. We're getting Katie Peters plays
yeah.
to GM something at
For the very first time.
Links for that are on the Twitch channel if you want them, if you're on the VOD. Also, I just see a couple people confused. When Wax said D&D, he literally means Dungeons and Dragons, not tabletop RPGs in general. He just means literally he's played nothing but D&D 5e for like 5 years, 6 times a week. It's a lot. Even I've done like I've been DMing every week for a long time. Like I haven't done the usual DM training of like once a month. You know, that a group will randomly once a month get together. That seems to be the meme in general. I've DM'd like every week since I found it and began to DM. So you get, yeah, it feels like I've been DMing for years, but I haven't. I'm still scrub, really. So yeah, the last person, I come to PB last because PB has all the information on the podcast again, just to reiterate that point.
Yes. Yes, please do that. Go. I think we just created a link, right? Noodle's going to save my day. I think so. Please, Noodle, I love you. Please, everybody go rate and review the show. We need your help. We really, really need your help. It helps us so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right there, that first one, that Apple link.
Yeah, and it'll be in the VOD descriptions. We don't always have VOD descriptions on Twitch because I don't understand why they exist really, but it's there if you watch the VOD on the highlight. And I think I can add it to a past broadcast. We'll see. And if not, and you're on YouTube, then it will be in the description. So just find the Tablestory Darkfire iTunes link and rate it well, please. Thank you.
Yes, please.
Otherwise they'll fire me.
Please.
Otherwise they'll fire me. Don't let them fire me. Also, everyone go and buy Final Fantasy VII, so that
And
they
the
make
8.
Final Fantasy VIII. And also, if it wasn't for Final Fantasy VII, if you enjoy any of my campaigns, you have Final Fantasy VII to thank. To be honest, because it's its own meme at this point. How much I look at Final Fantasy games and use the JRPG format instead of the standard. You know, the king has given you a quest. Go to the cave and kill the long stick and come back for a bag of loot. Classic D&D orthodox thing. I'm always like, there's a god and it tells you to do something insane and then fight it. And now the world is going to blow up if it isn't just only you three can save the day, kind of stuff. So it's really, I take a JRPG approach because of how much I love Final Fantasy. So you should all buy Final Fantasy VII. Thank you very much for watching.
And 8. Thank you.
I'm just genuinely
Here's
gonna
the War 5.
hashtag add Final Fantasy VII so that they make 8. You know, like
Yeah,
that's the only way to do it. All right. Well, we'll see you next week. It's not over yet.
It's
not
gonna be
over
nuts next week.
yet. We'll see how these guys do in that next fight. They get a massive jump on these dudes,
Which is
It's going to be
huge.
very, very helpful. All right. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Come see me tomorrow for Nocturne.
Oh, and
Bye.
Nocturne is tomorrow. Yeah, you didn't do a normal shout. They know.
I can't. I may
They
not think
know.
we're too high anyway.
They know. Bye.